Сейчас сделаю вот так. Вот так. Мгм. Так, ну, вроде пойдет. Давай, диско Elysium. Загрузка. Будем начинать сначала, потому что Final Cut вышел, все дела. И советуют, очень сильно советуют начинать все сначала. И поэтому я поступлю именно так. Диалоги все переведены. Я переводить ничего не буду. Озвучены, вернее. Мне нужно послушать голосовую. Так. Так, ну что? Что там по настройкам? Ничего новенького нет? Гамма, язык русский и English. А что значит русский и русский? А, мгновенно точно. Можно же переводить субтитры. Полная психологическая классика. Не знаю, полная, наверное. Режим детектива. В этом режиме предметы и персонажи, с которыми можно взаимодействовать, автоматически подсвечиваются, когда герой находится в непосредственной близости. Да, попробуем, не понравится, удалю. Хардкорный режим находится за гранью реальности. Добиться успеха при броске костей тяжелее, а предметы, которые восстанавливают здоровье, стоят дороже. Не, я не хочу хардкор. Интеграция Stitch. Влиять на ход игры могут, нихуя себе. Ну, прикольно. Так, ну что, новая игра. Так, а как тут это работает? Создать своего персонажа, по-моему. Да ведь? Да. Так, надо посмотреть, как у меня все это выбрано. Блин, а можно свернуться, пожалуйста? Пожалуйста, свернуться. Не могу я свернуть. Окей, давай тогда так сделаю. Где скриншот 1? Ну почему на том-то рабочем столе? Что за бред? 4-4-2-2. Вот так вот. Далее, здесь что? Следующее. Так, тут везде четверки, тут везде двойки. И третья техника только. Подожди, то есть я могу еще что-то установить? Или как? Не прими спину, точно. Доверьте своему телу. Запутайте людей. Все-таки одно могу. Окей, тогда подтвердить. Сейчас закрою тут все. Тем легче живут в зеркалах, они здесь как дома, даже в самой прозрачной воде можно утонуть, если она глубока. Но я помню самое начало, так что...
There is nothing ever, never, ever.
Просто не существовать дальше.
An inordinate amount of time passes. It
Блин,
is
голос
only
слышно.
void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
Еще давай.
You got it, sweet brother. Nothing upon nothing upon nothing.
Люблю ничто.
I know you do, baby.
Плюс-ка еще чуток
I
сладкого
know.
забытия.
Coming right up, sir. Smooth passage.
Я люблю боль и жгучий свет. И хотелось от людей того, что они не хотят мне не давать.
Really?
Да, выпусти.
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself, got a bit carried away, did we, chef?
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
Сейчас хочу помудрить немножечко. Сейчас. Может, тест он матинга, кстати. Успех. Всего у вас 10. Кстати, я сейчас вернусь и сделаю вот так. И посмотрим, как оно будет. Страх, удобное предчувствие, сперва спроси, что там. Скажи, что меня ждет. Мне плевать, я идиот. Отважный и слабоватый.
Somewhere in the saw, bloated like a fly to the ointment. Your conscience sticks.
Я
You
все это
can take
помню.
it. You're a champion.
Это моя женщина, да между на шею голова присажена, а я внутри нее.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it...
Помогите, люди, отрубите мне голову, она пытается убить остального меня.
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Бля, звуки какие страшные.
Somehow, you know what it is. A 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤𝕤𝕤 can
Громко, блядь. Громко! It's me. Подсвечивать, в смысле, вот так будут подсвечиваться? Really? Если так, то я не очень хочу. Громкость окружения. Громкость голоса. А где нет? Понял. Большая бутылка красного командора. Чтобы исследовать территорию, держите клавишу Tab. А я не на геймпаде ли играл? Блин, надо посмотреть, на чем я играл. Сейчас, секунду. Потому что что-то я никак не вспомню управление клавомышечное. Не помню, что там на Tab надо было. Ну-ка, где? Диско Elysium. Так. Ну. Да, на Tab. Ой, на клавомыши. Ха. Alright then. Клава-мышь так клава-мышь. Мыша-кла. Пленку, пока играл песню. Катушечный магнитофон. Надо галстук поймать.
This fan has two chain pull switches. One end
Да.
or has it been
Успех.
consigned there as punishment? You feel as though this creature is your friend and wants to reattach
Средние
itself
шансы.
to your neck so that you may continue your adventures together.
Да,
In
попробуем.
this strange world, you reach out to grab the
Неудача.
tie. But what's this? Diffuse.
Садись
This
за
is
грудь.
bad. Feels like sharp stones grinding
Гравий.
for quite a still ongoing. Finally, the pressure recedes. You find yourself covered in cold sweat and trying not to move, hoping it will keep you from
Плюнь за
a
лампочку.
terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. Practically
Жги
feel
электроновик.
your eyes burn
Ай,
from
бля.
the sensitivity. It's not good.
Сука, за
The
вентилятор потяни.
blades come squeaking to a halt. It should be easier to reach the
Схватить.
tie now. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap.
Хоба!
It's released from the blade.
Внимание, внимание, галстук.
Warning, warning.
Голоса
What you
свободы.
have in your hand is a fantastically colorful tie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose.
Ого. Весельный бузер.
If it's your friend, why was it up there? Who ties their friend to a ceiling fan? Maybe this thing, an ominous, foreboding feeling, fills you as you look at the tie.
Уйти. Не, штаны, штаны. Взять все. Взять все. Это что? А ты бегать можешь?
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in.
Оценить урон.
The shards face outward. Whatever broke this window came from the inside.
Я разбил своими
A
руками.
fine web of scarring covers the back of your right
А в
hand,
чем тогда?
but none of it is
чем тогда его
more
разбили?
likely a projectile than a held object. There are no fragments on the floor.
Стоп, чем я сейчас
from
занимаюсь?
pulling a tool.
Оцените
It
размер
is
дыры.
too large for a bullet, yet too small for a piece of furniture. You're like
Шатни
the green
кулака.
shoe that's on the hat rack in the corner, which, coincidentally, congratulations, you smashed the window with your own shoe. Now you only have one. If you're lucky, you can still find the other on the balcony outside. The door to it should be outside your
Стоит пойти
room.
забрать
The
ботинок.
cool wind gushes in. Your toes curl up from the cold.
Завершить беседу. Самим собой, блядь. А что, еще на вентилятор что-то могу еще сделать?
The fan stands.
Не надо.
You
Это что?
hear a jingle.
День-день в кармане
Keys are
тут.
clinking in the pocket of your flare
Твоих
pants.
клешей. Что это такое? Звонят ключей.
It
Выведите.
says whirling in rags on the aluminium key ring. There is a single key on the ring. The number.
Сейчас. Взять все. Блин, чел, как ты бегаешь? А, я на правую кнопку мыши еще могу это делать. Мне, по сути, не нужна клавиатура. Я могу и другой рукой дрочить сидеть. Ван заполнен бутылками из-под вина, пива и ликеров. Шея, обувь, правая рука, патроны. Бонусы предметов. Внутренняя империя 1, полицейская волна 1, электрохимия 1, эквилибристика 1. Позже вожделенный ботинок, но это я всего помню. Hidden. Не переведено, да-да-да. Ага. Белая атласная сорочка. Концептуализация внушения. Дверь закрыта. Ну, мне в зеркало остается посмотреть. На
A
свое
mirror
ебло.
hangs above a bent and broken. Hot water sprays from the base, and suddenly you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Протереть
As you
зеркало.
slowly reach your hand, abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there,
Ты что видишь, тебе
and
не
you will
понравится?
never
Да-да-да.
unbecome it.
Даже развить ты не сможешь. А,
Yeah, there is definitely something wrong with it.
Что? Что ненормально?
Where to even begin? There is the bloatedness,
Ну,
then
хоть
the
с языком все нормально.
swollenness. It's like it's not.
Блядь,
It's swollen and snail-like, wriggling between your fingers.
сука. Мне жаль.
Bet you are. Your nose feels like a small balloon in the middle of your face. It hurts when you honk it. It doesn't appear to be a particularly tiny nose either. Not with all the drinks it's absorbed for you.
Мне страшно, хочу
Don't be
остановиться.
scared. It's only your face. It's not like anyone's going to see it.
Протереть зеркало. Оба, а кто это такой? Это я, да-да, вот еще я.
You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
Суперзвезда какая-то, я тоже отвечал. Запойный
Too
алкоголика.
late. You clearly have rigor mortis on your face.
Ригор
Oh,
мортис.
wait. Is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
А сама
Please
корчится.
stop. It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
Нет, не
You
убирать.
can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin. What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
А, По-моему, это гримаса с зазывным намеком. Боюсь, она для дам.
Please promise yourself you are not going to try on any of the ladies. Whatever.
Соврать.
You liar. You can't even tell the truth to yourself. Go ahead. Try something.
Энциклопедия. Опасно. Нырнуть в пучины разума в поисках источника гримасы. 28. Электрохимия невозможно. Попытаться остановить процесс формирования гримасы. Давай нырнем.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
Ой, давай тогда попытаемся остановить процесс.
It's too late.
Ах,
Like an image on film. The
Как жаль.
expression belongs to your primary.
ладно. Хватит. Как бегать? Можно мне бегать? Подожди. Стоп, только что было. Управление. Быстрое сохранение, кстати, в 5. Передвижение, инвентарь, журнал. Выделить, отдалить, назад, взаимодействовать, карта, шкафчик мыслей. Ну, понятно. Быстрое сохранение. Хорошо. Опа, могу бегать.
Hello, officer.
Привет, начальник. Безим? Я помню с тобой.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Вы на меня работаете?
No.
There's only one solution to this. You're a businessman.
Я
The
водитель?
young woman shakes her head.
Ладно, я начальник какого-то отдела.
No. You're a police officer, sir.
Догоните.
I'm not. Unless you've been shitting us all this time.
Все это
You've been
время.
here for 3 days.
И что это за
I
вопрос?
couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly
Как там
drinking.
на L? Классе. I couldn't say. In truth, so far mostly drinking. Ну да. Внушение. Сложно. Продемонстрировать гримас. Не. Почему не помню, как работал
Could it
копом?
be because of the drinking?
Кому в этом грешном мире хватило идиотизма допустить меня до охраны
Don't be
правопорядка?
so harsh on yourself. They let only...
A glib remark. Don't
Дерзить.
let it
Не
stand.
дай подорвать свой
Assert
авторитет.
yourself.
У меня подходящий моральный облик натуры,
A
правильно.
fondness for contradictory statements.
Нет. Иногда мне на ум приходит информация, типа интересный факт, по-моему, это очень эффективно. Я выкинул ботинок в окно и вычислил это по расположению осколков.
Extraordinary.
Да.
She doesn't actually think it's all that extraordinary.
Ты что, тварь? Блин, не хочу я демонстрировать гримасу. Пусть знает, что ты ее хочешь физически. Сука. Я так хочу это выбрать. Блин, шансы 28, но я никогда этого, сука, не выкинул. Ладно, давай.
The words have
конечно.
already left your mouth.
Блять, слово не воробей. Я хочу с вами перечпокнуться.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on. Say it again.
Не хочу. Нет, ладно. Говорю, что хотел бы с вами переспать.
No. You see, that's not what you said. You said... Come on, man. Freddie, please. One more time.
Я сказал, я хочу с вами перечпокнуться.
Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you.
Как там на русском?
What kind of cop
Ой, на
are
английском.
you?
I said I want to fuck with you. Типа sex with you and fuck you, окей. Fuck with you. Что вообще за коп такой? Я коп апокалипсиса. Больше не могу скрыть, я коп суперзвезда. Простите, не знаю, почему я так сказал. Вы красивы, сожалею, мне жаль, я жалкий коп.
Don't
Вот это мой
be.
вариант.
It was funny. And anyway, who gives a shit? Who gives a
В
shit
натуре.
about any of it?
She appears to genuinely want you to understand it's okay.
Да?
So what if you can't pull grade A pussy anymore? There are other things in life. More meaningful, more fitting for a man your age.
Grade A.
This-
Grade A pussy anymore. Ну,
This
типа, ну
is
да,
Fata
хороший перевод.
Morgana. One thing though. It's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me.
Я к тебе сейчас буду ломиться в комнату, я помню все это. Да.
And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
Окей. А чё? Оставил в пепельнице отличный длинный окурок, еще дымится. Охуеть. Что это? На столе что-то есть. Опа, монеты. Так, мне надо башмак забрать. Та-ра-ра. Just checking. Мне кажется, ambient light здесь лишний. Обувь, самообладание, эквилибристика. Прикольно. Стоп, не уходи. Запах моря становится дурно.
There they both are. Two identical shoes. both copiously green and indiscriminately
Блядь,
like
это
two
заебал.
baby crocodiles.
Как сидят?
Good. They're balanced. Comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now.
Да ты чё? Сейчас. Теора 19 градусов, ясно. Понятно, ясно. Это моя комната, вроде.
The door is closed. This door can only be opened with a... This door can... There is no answer. You hear the shower being turned on. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Не оставляй меня встретиться с Мрада.
The door does not care.
The door probably thinks you're a has-been loser too. You feel your funny necktie becoming tighter and tighter around your neck.
Still no answer. Still nothing. Still nothing.
Ладно, я понял. Выпущенные выходные издания сатирической газеты Тромба. Хо. О, можно спеть, кстати, я помню это. Сюда обычно ставят текст песни. Старый добрый микрофон для караоке, так и ждешь, чтобы кто-нибудь спел в него.
You should totally sing karaoke here. The first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast oceanic soul.
Сейчас. Дайте мне поиграть. Моя душа
Of
ничтожна.
course, like a small animal that only comes out at night, all it needs is to be heard through a PA system by other people.
Что мне спеть?
You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry.
Может ли я спеть что-нибудь радостное? Раскачать
No,
народ.
no. Don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad. You have to find
да.
something tragic to sing first, though.
Ну, задание спойте в караоке. Нет. Отъебись вообще. Кулер с водой, крупный пузырек поднимается на поверхность. Охуенно. Становится здоровый предмет. Найти катушку с грустной песней. Понятно. Единственное слово на тоске — понедельник. За резина для членов профсоюза открывается 16:00. А здесь что? Только для персонала. Ага. А тут денежек не валяется? Где валяется? Опа, стоять. Бутылку рома, прекрасная темная жидкость стекает из нее. Эй. Спит, провалившись к столу. На нем спущенный рабочий комбинезон, сапоги намазаны грязью. На спине овальный логотип с деревом, надписью Wild
On the
Pines.
counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Разбудить. Не, я не хочу грубую силу. Я
The
возьму
man
таблетки.
does not mind. You probably need them more than he.
Да, больше. Это что такое? Здрасте.
Hello, sweetie.
А что, почему у меня ОБС-то горит? Сейчас.
You
Здравствуй.
shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
Да.
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and if an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
Hello,
Здорово.
I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Prison 57. You must be from the 40.
You realize he is waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize.
Придумать себе имя.
Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau.
Я не хочу быть Амброзиусом Кусто. Крутота изрядно. У нее звучит ли такое имя, как будто я какой-то душнило.
You instinctively run your hand over the multi-patterned silk of your tie. Its slickness gives you comfort and reassurance.
Don't worry!
Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau is one classy name.
Меня зовут Рафаэль
for
Амброзиус
one-
Yes.
Кусто.
Well,
Not for a moment does he believe that's your real name. He casts it aside as an intro.
it looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday.
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
Песня. Я даже не знаю. Нет?
Then we should ask him for a rundown of the area. Get me up to speed. I understand the scene is out back, right?
Да.
It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Продумала как бы.
Good. But even if you haven't, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
Да, тело. Нет.
So, the body is still...
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have
Да
It
ладно.
has been hanging for 7 days straight.
Ой.
We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
Почему ты говоришь, что я из
I was
полиции?
sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the citizens' militia on your side. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those...
Inspectorate General means
Inspectorska.
internal affairs. What he's saying is, he's not from the rat squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
Yes, but I'm not them. I'm from criminal investigation.
Ну, ладушки.
He nods.
А что, если я скажу тебе, что я не настоящий
We all feel
полицейский?
that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body.
And then, soon after, dead body.
But first, we have to take it down.
Интересно. А что бишь нам надо
Talk to the
делать?
manager. Then we go out back and take the body down.
Ну, я ничего
I
не
can
помню.
see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our number one concern.
Ну,
After
двинули.
you, officer.
If you're about to embark on an investigation, shouldn't you have a badge?
Вот я же проебал его. Не нужно какое-нибудь удостоверение
You
покупать в
mean you
кармане?
don't have a badge?
Блять, сказать правду ему или написать? Давай правду скажи.
Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to...
Так если оно
locate
7
it
дней
as
висит, я
quickly
думаю,
as
оно еще
possible.
там
But
часик
getting the
повисит.
body down should still take precedence.
Ну, попиздели, типа, хорошо. Указание управляющего. Остановить тело, сообщить нам, что потеряли удостоверение. Да, сначала с ней попиздим.
Hello again, sweetie. I see you've met up with your colleague.
Ну, здравствуй, зайка. Я вижу, ты уже познакомилась с коллегой, она смотрит на
The
лейтенанта.
lieutenant nods, polite. Wait, who's Sweetie?
Тебе вам
You're a
нравилось?
handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married besides. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're...
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew.
Мгм.
Hire her on the spot.
Тогда покатаем вместе. А, Тогда покатаемся.
Whatever do you mean?
Ой, сейчас чихну. Добро, спасибо. Приглашаю стать моей напарницей, ездить на кресле, убирать трупы задних дворов, ловить серийных убийц. One row with me. Приглашаю тебя стать моей напарницей.
Sequence killers? Oh my. But I...
A partner who'll need you to help him get a corpse done from the
Эх,
I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are no sequels.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie.
2 головы хорошо, 3 лучше.
Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most... Perhaps another time.
Вы похожи в
Yes,
кресле.
dear. I'm a paraplegic.
Параплегия.
A paraplegic is someone with
Паралич нижней
limited
конечности
or
травмы
no
мозга.
ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like
Вы
No,
воевали?
dear. I'm not quite that old. Although I was injured in the line of duty.
Вы ходили по
Nothing
Канаду?
so extravagant, dear. Though
Зачем
I was a
занимались?
training and development manager at a rapidly expanding... You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and I was lucky. This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well.
Невежливо было спрашивать,
That's quite
извините.
all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're...
There is no bitterness in her voice. She accepted the curiosity her condition inspires a long time ago.
Не знаю, заметили ли вы, но я не знаю, где я и что я делаю. Да и вообще ничего не знаю.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
Я настолько пил, что в прямом смысле потерял
Oh
память.
my. You know where we are, right?
В загробном мире мы умерли, стали призраками.
Now. We are alive in a hostel called the Whirling in
А, да?
Rags. And the Whirling itself is in the city of Revachol.
Если честно, дулю с маком я знаю про Ревашоль. Дулю с маком? Переводится. Honestly, I don't know. Diddly squat. Что это такое? Что такое diddly squat? Соряко. Петехикокс. Салют. Я скажу ей... Ага, ладно.
Yes, and Revachol?
Если честно, дулю с маком... Да что это такое? Что за дулю с маком?
How would I even begin to tell you? Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here, you and I.
Сейчас, секунду. Так.
I
Дальше.
haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Speaking of history, You know what year it is, yes?
Какой сейчас год? Ёб твою мать. Первый раз проходишь. Ну, я часа 3 играл до Final Cut. Дошел, знаешь, докуда? Там стена была, и какой-то фриц на меня боковал, по-моему. Или нет, или я в трейлере, бля, увидел. Сука, я не помню. Я со всеми поболтал, короче, в первой локации. Часа 3 поиграл. И все, решил ждать Final Cut, собственно. Ну вот, дождался, решил продолжить. Так что вот. Какой сейчас год, я знаю одно, близко конец времен. Плохой год для человека, хорошо так с ракетой, или уже заполтался, я не знаю даже сколько мне лет. Близится конец времен.
Perhaps, dear. Perhaps.
Сейчас начало весны
But for
51-го.
now, it's just the spring of 51.
She is perturbed by your not knowing what year it is, but not by your mention of the apocalypse.
51-й, спасибо.
It must be the end
Поняла?
times.
Это круто. Так, а я же болван, да, вроде? И тревожит, что ты не знаешь, какой сейчас год, но не упоминание об апокалипсисе. Конец дней воистину
The
близок.
lieutenant studies you, rubbing his chin.
Что такое? Втирай
I'm
подбородок.
beginning to suspect that you might indeed be
Какие статы?
completely adrift in this reality,
ща.
thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind. We're in this now.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more
А
question.
я могу перейти? Не, не
What
могу.
regime are we living
могу.
under? What mode of government?
У меня только техника вкачана. 4-4-2-2. А как вернуться? Бля. Бля, да что ж такое? Ну почему мне сейчас надо писать? Фу. Салют, Сокер. Также ставил первый раз. В моей голове жужу. Чё, Сокер? Я даже не помню, я просто посмотрел, когда я 4 месяца назад какие статы ставил, и сейчас их просто перебросил. Я же новую игру начал. Типа та игра, за которую ты вчера ключ получил? Не, эту игрушку я купил. Ключ я не помню, за что я получил. Я даже не проверил вроде. Так, задам последний вопрос. При каком режиме мы живем? Сейчас я вспомню, как у нас, по-моему, что-то полицейское государство у нас. Демократия. У нас не национал-социализм случайно? Грозные войны, чаще перегруженные, что цивилизация трепещет перед нами, да. Разумные машины. Было бы неплохо. Наше восприятие реальности искажает, а нашим разумом управлять при помощи радио. Полиция. Во, да.
Actually, we are
нет?
not. You could say that about almost any other nation, but not Revachol. Try it
Все
one
не
more time,
Ой, не
officer.
знаю, Сокер. Не
What
знаю
mode
вообще.
of government?
Смотря, появится ли дело у меня. К сожалению, нет.
Damn it. I was really hoping it would be a cop world. Okay, well, let's see.
Так, сейчас я вспомню. Блин. Что музыка пропала? Разумные машины. Значит, у нас диктатура.
Oh, sweetie. It's really not.
Черт.
There used to be people who thought that way.
Нет верного
Other
ответа.
people who
Да?
wanted those things, but they all went extinct. Revachol is a zone of control
Подконтрольная
led by
зона
an
управляет
alliance of
Альянсом
foreign
сил,
powers called the
независимой коалиции.
Coalition.
Да, у вас
We
коалиция.
have almost no government of our own, and certainly no dictator.
But they still have cops.
Не знаю, что сказать, страшно разочарован.
It is quite disappointing, yes. A lot of people would like some form of representation. There's
РГ.
talk, but for now, the
Откуда копы-то
RCM
взялись,
is
если
all...
правительства
Oh
нет?
dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol. not in the traditional sense.
Да, блядь, куда я
The
поехал?
status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution.
Коммуняк. Да, тут что-то какая-то проблема, по-моему, с коммунистами, что-то такое. Да, блядь, ничего не надо. Почему нельзя написать до или после, блядь? Ну вот именно сейчас. О, моя ставка на eBay сработала. Ну хоть хорошее, блядь, сообщение какое-то. Что там ты говоришь-то? Ага.
But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's
Что, на английском
realized
стало?
you really are brain damaged.
Это они не перевели, что? Что? She's scared now. She realized you really brain damaged. So, how did I
You
do?
didn't do too well, dear. It does
Ты
look
спрашивал
like you're
трупа, кто его
having
убил?
trouble remembering things.
У трупа?
History and places.
Нет.
Remembering reality, in a word.
В смысле, у трупа,
It's
который на
very
дереве
odd.
висит? Я еще не доходил до туда. Это что, спойлеры, блядь? Я не понял. Почему на английском сам? Реально, ворон из very
A
odd.
sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
Да. Понял. Лейтенант взрывается блокнот.
But
А что так долго мы
maybe a
базарим-то, блядь?
fresh
Можно
set
я
of
пойду уже?
eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts
She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good.
Выполнили революцию, что
a
это?
defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different. The rest of the world didn't like it, so they
Но
came
ведь я
and
коп.
ended it.
Что бы там ни случилось,
This
мне
was,
это не
of
помешало.
course, sweetie. I really don't know how to explain it better.
I'm just a
So,
poor woman, she thinks.
ты дошел
What do
уже
I
до
know
этого?
of
Не,
these
я
things?
до трупа не доходил.
How
Я,
can I help
говорю,
you?
по кругу ходил, со всеми пиздел и закончил на... Не помню на чем. Ну, я помню, что там фриц какой-то стоял наверху. И с работягами побазарил. И все. Не помню. 4 месяца назад был. Январь, февраль, март, апрель. Ну да, 4 месяца. А кто может рассказать
Someone
больше?
more educated in sweeping matters. Maybe you should.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either.
Ким
I'm a
Кицураги.
detective.
Ты же японец.
Of
Ты должен
course.
мозговитым быть.
Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated. Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person.
Пока,
Of
бабуль.
course, dear. Good luck with your case.
Потом как-нибудь покатаемся на колясках. Так, с тобой я еще могу побазарить о чем-нибудь?
Yes?
Ох. Хочу поговорить о тебе.
Me?
О
I
тебе.
don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation.
Ну, антилейтенант, не закрывайся.
If you insist. What do you want to know?
А на тебе очки?
That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this. But you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
Ну, типа, очки это круто,
Are
но...
they? They're mostly just cumbersome.
Согласен, контекст лучше. Ну, в смысле эти, блядь, как их по-русски-то? А линзы. Я нажал на продолжить, если что. Почему он не работает? Алло? А пробел?
You could use a good, normal pair yourself.
Ты не похож на других людей в
That's
округе.
because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from
Полусолиц?
Seoul. So was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic.
А, да, полукровка. Что такое соль?
It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Rightly then.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolari state west of the
А название у него есть?
Indian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting.
Так ты
Some would
просто
even
рассказываешь
say
скучно, а я хочу знать о соли
You're
побольше.
barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never
Ой, ну
been
ладно,
to
не
them.
гуди.
I
Расскажи о
know
себе
regular.
какую-нибудь
No.
тайну. Ты чё, блядь?
Your
Расскажи.
brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing
Денег у
them.
нее не просил.
You're
Не,
pretty sure it has something to do
Можно?
with the
Я не знаю, что
lieutenant's
можно просить.
eyebrow.
Я нашел у алкаша какого-то таблетки, где-то еще деньги нашел, валяются. Я помню, мне еще надо этому бармену отдать, по-моему, какие-то деньги. Но я буду все
The
отрицать.
eyebrow is exercising psionic control over you.
Что со мной происходит?
Something the matter, detective?
This guy's got authority off the charts. With just the flick of his eyebrow, he's able to make you his thrall.
О, хорошо. Так, а сделать-то я с этим что могу?
Nothing. You better hope he doesn't abuse his authority.
Ага.
There's a lot of it.
Беззвучная стена, это твоя помощь. Я подчиняюсь твоей
The
власти.
lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
А ты разговариваешь сам с
What do you
собой?
mean?
Ну, когда думаешь, у тебя бывают такие типа диалоги с собственным мозгом.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
В ТикТоке так много видосов этих попадается, где какие-нибудь люди убираются или готовят, а сами собой пиздят. И типа, вы тоже так делаете? Я такой, типа, что? Зачем? Сейчас. Не дают поиграть. Она тебе кое-что полезное даст, да? Что,
The
посмотрим?
lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary.
Да ты чё? Ну, я как бы нажал продолжить. Пробел.
The lieutenant
Странно.
is a police officer of the old school. But this isn't an old school case.
Прочитал увлажнитель накинуть. Думаю, чего? То есть... Нет. А как ты тогда... Ну...
What? Think? I do most of my work in...
The lieutenant produces his small, that's where his conversation... We all have our different
Ну да.
mediums.
Ну тогда все.
Let's change the subject.
Тут же... Я думаю, тебе следует знать, что я ничего не
No
помню.
response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
По-моему, требуется повторить. Я, правда, ничего не помню. Имело место избыточное пьянство.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
Нет.
There is a
зачем?
sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your
Ой, come
personal
on.
affairs.
Боюсь, это уже медицинская проблема. Сменить тему. А о чем я
Try
думаю-то еще?
work. The case at hand. It can work miracles.
От Final Cut не всегда проверки прожимает. Ага. Так я просто продолжить нажал. Типа. Ну ладно. Ну, наверное, бывает. Попробуйте о работе подумать. О текущем деле. Говорят, творить чудеса. Да, это скучно. Медицинская проблема. Давайте тему
Really?
сменим.
You look fine to me.
Когда я стоял перед зеркалом, то понятия не имел, кто передо мной.
This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer.
Чё так темно, блядь, на вебке? Свет есть. Солнце не светит. Не к лицу офицер, да?
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malingering. He cannot fathom that anyone could drink so much as to retroactively erase their
У меня
entire
какая-то
mood.
травма мозга беспрецедентного масштаба.
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's mother.
Да, я помню, я сейчас начальнику
there
позвоню,
anything
скажу,
that
что
you
я
wanted?
свой ID потерял. Мне о деле
What do you want
расскажешь?
to know?
Я вообще ничего не помню, все
Maybe
мне
you can
рассказывай.
tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit?
Вообще ничего. Вообще. Только то, что ты сам мне
Do you
рассказал.
want me to brief you?
Брифинг, да, звучит отлично.
3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found
Блин,
hanged
стул
in
как скрипит, я через
Martinez.
звук.
An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel
RTX
cafeteria.
voice, вот.
The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During
Alright.
that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him.
А кто звонил?
To find him or her is one of our tasks here. For now,
Как хорошо, что
all
все
we know
озвучено,
is
а то
that the
тогда
tone was
Михайлов там все
muffled
зачитывал,
using a
мне народ
device of
перестал.
some sort.
Прятаться
There's
зачем?
a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The Dock Workers Union is the de
да,
facto
конечно,
police
все
in
понял.
Martinez. Now it appears they
Наша работа
started
найти
executing
убийцу,
too.
так?
That's right.
Выполнить секретное задание. Что? Какое секретное задание? У меня было секретное задание? Если мы с разных участков, почему, видимо, одно
I'm
дело?
afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
Писькомерник? Как там в оригинале? Какая кнопка? Q? A pissing competition. Ну, понятно, типа, как это по-английски? У кого струя длиннее, что ли, что-то такое, кто дальше нас сыт, что-то там в этом роде.
His disdain is clear. This man would not use such an
You
Gotcha.
don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
Расскажи.
It's just stupidity. We shouldn't
Да.
waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim.
Скажи сейчас, это кажется актуальной информацией.
Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the
У
case?
меня пароход приплыл, блядь. Как, по-твоему, это дело с налетом тайны?
No, it's not a particularly mysterious. The
Чё это так?
deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Возможно, дело не таинственно, может, какой-то замешан на сексе. Белый мужчина за 30, чего же более? Почему тут секс вообще?
I'm relieved that you agree.
He is glad and surprised to see an officer who can appreciate the less than spectacular.
Что еще ты как будто хотел что-то
Do you know the
сказать?
feeling when you've begun filling in a crossword, but some of your answers don't quite seem to fit? That's the feeling I have right now, for some reason.
Что такое кроссворд?
Ah, right. Your condition. Never mind. All I mean to say is that we have a
У меня
puzzle.
пока всё.
Good.
Я заметил, что ты за мной ходишь.
Excuse me?
А если я хочу вести дело один?
Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be in a deranged state. You have trouble remembering things.
Неправда это. Ну,
Misplaced
а с чего ты
badge.
взял?
Oh, so you're an unaccountable wreck who has to be supervised. You don't. The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. Wouldn't it be embarrassing if you didn't know this?
Ну что, если мне нужно время на
Some
себя?
you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your
Звучит
evening.
A
неплохо.
moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on his wrist.
Еще
What
раз
do
о
you
деле
want to
расскажи.
know?
Мы можем снова пройтись по водным... Не, не хочу. Мне
Good.
все. Фу, наконец-то. Пойдем с этим попиздим. Здорово.
A man in his late 20s with a thin, unimpressive beard notices you
Жиденькой
approaching.
бородочкой.
Could he be irritated with you? He avoids eye contact altogether. Like,
Mr. Gart, right?
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41.
Я сейчас в активном поиске.
Fantastic.
Ким собирается что-то сказать.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you.
No, I only just got here. It was probably silly.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes...
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
he probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions.
Сейчас
His
будут
face
вопросы.
expresses profound doubt in your having this.
Почему Сильви не
She went
здесь?
away because none of your business.
Have they not been telling you you're a cop?
Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number.
Пит.
That's
Пит
why Sylvie
Хикокс.
was
Как у
there.
тебя правильно ник
I
читается?
hope you
Я
appreciate
боюсь неправильно прочесть. Ты где?
Thank you.
Не пошло у вас, да?
I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got
Бессмертие
nothing to do
феминист.
with the lynching.
Блин, даже не знаю. Просто хотел спросить, справедливо, не стоило спрашивать, наверное. Все связано со всем. Ну, просто я
Good for
дотошный.
you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing.
Ты бармен?
No, I'm not the bartender.
He's very animated all of a sudden. This is clearly a touchy subject for him.
А в чем
I
разница?
have 3 cafeterias I manage. 3. Get over it.
Голосовуха, секунду. Так, я тут, а? Все заебали. За что ты меня так не
Why
любишь?
would I have a problem with you? You're a hero cop.
Hero Cup? То есть я не только коп, но еще и герой?
Yes, you are. A real decorated hero.
А что я
What
сделал?
did you not do? First you took the body down, then you
Ой.
solved the murder, then you
Мгм.
didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even negotiated the strike.
Мгм.
Oh, it's not. You're right, it's not.
He has no respect for you personally, but this man sees himself as a law-abiding citizen, and you a representative of that law.
Да.
I
Ты
don't
убил.
know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
Ты вы убили его?
What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
Где тело находится?
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there.
И как туда
That's
попасть?
easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard.
Does he want you to feel guilty of making that hole? It's implied.
У меня все.
Not so fast. You owe me 130
Oi.
real.
No one is saying the multi-pattern necktie you found tied to the ceiling fan can talk. No one. It must be merely imagination. But
Let's bail! Time to push the eject button! Sounds like a responsibility! You don't like those!
Ой. Незаметно ускользнуть, блядь. Что ты говорил?
Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
Реал.
the IIR, or Inter-Isolery Real, is the global reserve currency.
No, you don't owe me street cred. You owe me money. You owe this establishment 130.
Who does that clown think he is? Arrest him!
Ты арестован.
You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything.
Ладно, ты не арестован. Авторитет, поставить его на место. Слышишь?
Did someone order a vague, farcical reading of the law? More than one pops into your head.
Своим бессмысленным требованием ты мешаешь мне расследовать
But
убийство.
it's not inane. You owe me money.
It is cruel of you. A man has been killed. File a request for compensation with Station 41. We need to work now.
В натуре.
Okay, you'll only have to pay for the window and the drinks. That's 70. I'll get the rest from your stupid station.
Клево уйти. Я не буду платить за окно.
Fine, I'll take it off the bill. You want to sleep in a post-apocalyptic shithole? Go ahead, but I'm not giving you another room.
За выпивку платить не
The
буду.
ledger does. The ledger has a memory. The drinks are non-negotiable. There's no way your station will pay for them.
Клево.
No, not cool. You still owe me 30 for the drinks. If you don't have it by tonight, I'm not letting you back up there.
Блин, 30.
That's enough now, sir. Good day.
Возместить ущерб. Сука, ну 30. У меня только 40 центов. Ну ты падла.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place
У меня
sure.
есть дом.
But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be.
На
Why did
коне.
you say that?
Лейтенант Кузурак, ты подожди, находится конь.
But isn't that an expression, not a place?
Фигура
A
речи.
saying. Up on Marvel Hill, a great high place.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Мгм. Какая разница? Бомжиков хули.
Entertain the thought when you get the time. Maybe being a hobo and a cop has its advantages.
Ой, да отъебись. Нам надо выйти, я думаю. Я полагаю. Ха? Летний выход закрыт на зиму. Так как выйти-то тогда? Вот дверь. Все. А игра типа вылетела, чё? Да? Нет? Она почему-то перезагрузилась. Ебать задание, узнать всю правду о реальности. По этим где находится Лена. Советует вам поспрашивать окружающих, чтобы не... Понятно. Позвоните в лазарет в участке. С проблемой со здоровьем вы можете позвонить туда из мотокареты Кима. Ну, это понятно. Судя по всему, между участком 41 вашим системой Кима шло какое-то бессмысленное соревнование. Спросите Кима об этом, когда закончите первичный осмотр тела. Кто звонит участок, чтобы сообщить об убийстве. Кто-то позвонил, у вас с иллюстрацией Кима. Ну, это понятно. Заместите ущерб. Сколько мне нужно? Если вы не уверены, сколько должны, спросить об этом у Гарта. Окей, а здесь что? Ой, бомжекоп. Временный бонус за исследование. -1 самообладание. Стрёмный и несешь бред. Время исследования 4 часа 20 минут. Что значит проблема решения? Полицейский бродяга, бомжекоп, плюса. Может носить тряпье и не мыться. Ходит с изящным пошатыванием. Коп бродяги не нужен никто и ничего. Но не хочу -1 самообладание. Можно это? Не это, не это. Я не буду трогать пока. Так, ты мне, по-моему, перчатки дашь.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with?
Есть несколько вопросов.
What can I help you with?
Кто ты такая?
I am just a gardener.
Тогда
I
еще
am
один
pleased
вопрос.
to meet you
Нам
too.
нужно
Of
взять
course.
дорогу.
Where to?
Мертвеца
Oh,
ищу.
that's right.
She's relieved someone has come for it. Finally.
А где я
What
сейчас?
do you mean?
Метревашоль, верно?
Sir. District of Martinez.
Северным
He knows
объездом.
where we are. He just wants directions.
Че на севере?
There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really.
Что на востоке?
The harbor gates, some kind of commotion, I think.
На юге.
Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to
На
the
другой
coast,
стороне канала.
but just coast. There's a
Just
little
coast.
fishing village there, and a fish market.
На западе что?
It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay.
Спасибо, это
No
пока всё.
problem.
А тут
Me?
такая.
I am just a gardener.
Похилишься? Полоска. Слушай, надо бы. Да я же с кем драться. Здорово, что ты
I am
делаешь?
working.
Работа
I
над
have
чем?
a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work.
There's discomfort. She stops mid-sentence.
Продолжай,
You
все
already
нормально.
know, there's a corpse there, hanging from a tree. It smells pretty bad, so I...
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up.
Thank you.
Ты мне перчатки должна
My
дать, я
head is
помню.
about to explode from all the salts I've had to inhale. Of course. Where to? No problem.
Не понял, ты мне не дашь перчатки?
Of course. I won't hold you back.
Во,
Her gloves.
перчатка.
You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Не в моем стиле. Можно даже перчатки?
Sure. Keep them. I have another pair.
Спасибо. Там драться нужно достаточно много физического урона. Ну-ка. А это что, боевой дух? А тут у меня в инвентаре это где-то хилка находится, да? Одежда, у меня новая одежда. Надень перчатки. Или хилки типа бесконечные. Я просто не помню какой. Не помню, как это работает. Сейчас. Их купить можно по городу рандомно хилки находишь. Там число 1 было, а теперь 0. Если понял. А еще с ним могу о
Hello
чем
again,
поговорить? Не, не
officer.
могу. Не, ничего. Это что такое? Дало мусоров. Название улицы. Разобрать название. Типа Акап? Пикс Go Я помню, короче, знаешь, что я вот так вот. Я пошел вниз. Нет. Я, по-моему, пошел по часовой стрелке. Вот сюда вот сейчас на 12 часов. И вот так вот по кругу. Так, и пришел, когда там 2 старика во что-то играли. Что-то такое, я помню. Так, вот тачка. Ну давай попиздим.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the... This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion.
Вроде забвение.
Motor carriage. Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are...
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a
Я
long
помню,
case.
где-то нужен
I'm not protective of my
инструмент
tools,
для чего.
like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work.
Монтировка красного наконечника, взять болторез. Связь рукоятка, взять фонарик, раздвинуть машину, задвинуть движной ящик. Я небось что-то одну так могу взять, наверное. Хотя, зная эту игру, я, наверное, все заберу. Ну, сперва я возьму болторез, конечно.
The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap. Go the cut. You can do good work with these. Cut chains, locks. The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids.
Да уйди ты. Фонарик с
It's robust, weatherproof and well made.
Как в метро.
Police issue.
Бери все. Сейчас. Сейчас, секунду. Да ёб твою мать.
Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The
Задвинь
pull-out
ящик.
toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook.
Рация. Сейчас мы поболтаем. Постучать по датчику предварительного нагрева топлива.
As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Бля, тачка пиздатая.
Translation. We're not going any alternative translation. Don't even think you can drive my MC.
Пальцем
The
прочу.
white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm.
Ну охуеть,
The
рация.
frequency tableau lights up, and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear the soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant.
Hello.
Hello?
Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
Дельта 10, ответьте огнеход, прием.
This is Officer Elysium, Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Under the green prime line, a yellow saved button catches your eye. I wonder what Kim's default radio station is.
Угу. Давай
It will
лазарет.
take just a moment, officer.
Hello.
Her voices fade out into the familiar.
Gottlieb, what do you want?
Gottlieb,
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
Парши мне дом, прям очень.
It's you.
Помни инфаркт. Я потерял память.
With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised.
There is no surprise in his voice. Only careless.
Ты не удивлен? Ладно, что-нибудь
What
еще?
else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side. You've got a whole new...
It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you or doesn't care.
По-моему, мне инфаркт.
And you survived it. Congratulations. Are you mobile?
Да,
Even
могу.
better. Anything else? I wouldn't worry about that.
Accept it. The body is an object, and objects break down. Do what good you can with yours, before the rest goes too.
По-моему, мне следует чувствительность.
That's because you're hung over. Even the radio waves coming from your direction smell like liquor. Do you feel like your eyes are twitching too?
Да.
That's the tiny vessels pulsating from high blood pressure, stupid officer. You might be sustaining permanent damage to your vision as we speak. Not much I can do about it. I'm not an eye doctor.
А кто ты
The busy
тогда?
kind. It's not life-threatening, just annoying for you. I've got more important things to do here.
Я не смог снять галстук с вентилятора на потолке без ужасной боли
Hard
по
to
всей
tell
руке.
exactly what it was over the phone. Could be a combination of peripheral or actually, it could be
Я же
both,
говорил.
given your profile.
Так что мне делать?
Cut down on the drinking, pal. In fact, cut off the drinking. The
Я не
drugs
пью
too.
вообще.
Abstinence could have immediate positive effects on your health.
Это огнеходец.
Firewalker? Oh, yes, yes you are. Just don't breathe in the general direction of your fire feet. Do exactly that. Put yourself out of your misery. Take a deep, diaphragmatic breath in and...
Так, мне кажется, ты надо мной
I'm
издеваешься.
the most serious person at this station, detective. Now, do you have any current pressing
Ты можешь мне
medical
хоть чем-нибудь
problems?
помочь?
What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body?
Нет, кажется, сейчас
You
это
want
не
the
уверен.
real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our station is not a retirement home. We don't have the funds to deal with rocks. And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot has glue.
It's not fucking cryo-acta-latte. It's super glue, Doc.
Окей, на этом все.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Мне нужно поговорить с одной гражданкой Сильви. Возможно, она сообщила об убийстве.
Of course. What is the number, officer?
А Тям тебе дал номер Сильви?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 29.
Received. Hold on.
Да заебали своими голосовухами на минуты, блядь. Подождите немного, офицер. Начать отбивать ритм марша ладонью на бедро.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment. Takes a bit to get.
Just wait. Relax.
Officer, I have 𝔻𝕚𝕪𝕤𝕚 on the line for you. Yes, hello?
Здравствуйте, полиция.
Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you again.
Почему уволили
You mean,
станцию?
why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm...
Why not?
А придется. Стоп, почему это?
Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone.
Из-за Гарта?
What? No, why would you even think that?
Не бойтесь этой скотины, не бойтесь за себя постоять. То есть я не согласен, что увольняться за приглашение на свидание чрезмерно?
Please, don't bring Gar into this. It's none of your... I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything.
Полицию ты вызывала?
Not me.
Знаете, кто звонил?
No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
Почему, собственно, вы не позвонили? Вы не позвонили. Вас не смущал труп на заднем дворе?
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the union already knew about the court. No one calls the
Был за
police.
полицию.
The union would get angry. You know, what the union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Ага.
Garbage.
Garbage. Тьфу, перевод. Тьфу. Я здесь власть.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the dock workers' union.
Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation.
Я здесь власть.
Okay.
Может, надавить на нее? Почему вы допустили, чтобы труп с столькновением провисел на заднем дворе после того, чтобы вызвать нас?
I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her. No, don't push her. It sounds as if she's about to cry.
Вы забили на закон ради собственной шкуры, так? Каких проблем?
The other people who live around here. Local people. I didn't want trouble.
Her voice is resigned and weak.
Блять, ничего она не расскажет, короче, ладно.
You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well, by the union, internally.
Ну, ладно, я, наверное, уже проебал.
Please, I just didn't want any trouble.
Да не реви ты, блядь. Не волнуйтесь, я понимаю.
You do?
Нет.
What else can I do for you?
Окей, next
Yeah,
question.
go on.
А, у меня все? Бесполезный диалог.
So, please don't
Не
call
звоните мне
me again.
больше.
Bye.
Стоп. Она вас сердится, что ли? Ну почему?
Yes, you've obviously done something to upset her at the whirling in rags.
Не надо было
when
про
she
этого
was still
спрашивать,
working
жирного бармена. Погодите-ка, вы на меня сердитесь, верно? Скажите, что я сделал, я ничего не
I'm
помню.
not mad. It's just you were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the 𝔻𝕚𝕚 thing happened. Just made me want to quit.
Она норм? Да? Из-за меня? Да вряд ли из-за меня. Что за история?
The stuffed bird, the great 𝔻𝕚𝕚. You threw it against the wall while screaming "fuck that bird" and laughing like a maniac.
Бля.
I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there.
Звучит совсем не похоже на меня. Обожаю птиц. Блядская птица это заслужила. Не похоже на меня.
Well,
То есть вы намекаете, что решили уволиться за меня?
yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I have seen so many assholes in this.
Да ладно, что я тебе сделал-то? Я всего третий день тут.
I've had sailors fighting, union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you... Well,
Давай.
you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive.
Ладно. Сейчас, секундочку. Сделаю вот так. И, ну... И вот так сейчас сделаю. О, супер.
Even about little things like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening to on repeat. No more. I
Какую
hate it
песню?
now. We Go On by the 𝔻𝕚. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody.
Ясно, это все?
Then there was your room. Your project. An experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the
Нет, не похоже на меня вообще.
threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know.
Да ты меня с кем-то
And then you
перепутала.
screamed something about the end of all times and how everyone is a piece of shit.
Да, нехило.
And then I had to deal with your toilet, the one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen.
Да не я это, что ты пристал ко мне? Докажи.
I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers.
Блядь. Я ж пистолет еще, по-моему, проебал.
Threatening
Сука.
to kill yourself.
Погодите, полицейские бумаги?
The ones I had to wrench out of your toilet.
Ёб твою мать. Что с ним стало-то?
Damn it! I don't remember what I did to your damn papers. I don't remember every little thing I...
Ой, да не
When there's a
гунди.
hurricane loose, it's your fault for losing them, not mine.
Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason you threw
Ладно,
them
понял.
away.
No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst.
Я пытался приоткрыть вам врата в завтра. Великую панику перед занавесом. Да ты худшая барная девка в моей жизни. Чика, ну расслабься, ты совсем не ценишь свои рожи тысячи. Бля. Это какой-то этот миллениаловский, блядь, сленг. Не знаю, что и сказать. Не хочу извиняться, я же говнюк. Ну, не знаю.
I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again, and let's pretend it never happened.
Ну ладно. Ну, я говорю с Гартом, мне показалось, он думал, что вы ушли из-за него.
Wait, really? No, this is absolutely not true. I like Garth.
Ну, разве не
I
перешел
really
черту,
do.
пригласив вас на свидание?
No, I was actually flattered. I've always liked him. It was just bad timing.
Блин,
With
сейчас,
the
секундочку,
corpse and
приду.
all that.
5 сек. Так.
There's a pause. You can almost see her on the other side, the telephone cord coiled around her index.
I didn't know what to say to him later. Then you came and destroyed the place. So I left without explaining. I should have told him maybe.
Могу ему сказать.
Okay, but please don't mess it up. Please don't take out your gun or something.
А что кроме... Оу, я еще песню.
All sorts of things. Some disco, rock too. So much disco and rock.
Ага. Опознать одну
Which
песню.
one would that be?
Грустную. One of those really sad.
Sad? I think the one you mean is the smallest church in San Sans. Richard, that right up.
Ну, извините.
Interesting. You still have to find it, however.
Да, блядь, зачем? А, я ж петь её буду. Спасибо, что поговорили. Всего доброго.
Hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Соедини меня с 41-м
Just a
часом.
second, officer.
10-2, 10-5. This is 41st, come in, over.
Прием,
A
прием,
scrawny
прием.
old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. The man uses relay code. You got this.
10-4, участок 41. У меня срочное дело, прием.
10-4, message received. 10-5, relay message. What's your status?
Просто докладываю. Over.
10-18, state your message, sir.
Требуется финансовая помощь. Финансовая помощь мне
10-4,
требуется.
I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
Is it him? What does he want?
He says he needs money.
Money.
Don't give that asshole anything.
Right. That's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over.
Да как так-то? На коленях вас молю, мне сегодня даже спать негде.
He says he's in trouble. Doesn't have a place to sleep.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown then.
𝔻𝕻𝕪𝕤𝕚 said...
Enough, officer. This begging is below your dignity.
Расследование в высшей степени критично, чтобы мне выделить денег.
He says it's important to the case.
He isn't getting a red
Ах ты тварь!
Denied, sir. Over.
Я хочу здесь больше быть, я хочу домой, пожалуйста, приезжайте, заберите меня.
He said, it's okay. You can...
What is he saying?
Did you want anything else, sir? Many of your colleagues are also here. Over.
He's trying to keep you from further embarrassing yourself. You really need to get your shit together. This is nearing a complete meltdown.
Не, все в порядке, у меня есть другие
Vous êtes
вопросы.
de 𝔻𝕚𝕪𝕤𝕚, sir. Over.
Кое-что личное хочу обсудить.
10-4. Your badge should have most of your personal details. Look over that. Over.
Как бы... Блять, даже не знаю, ему сказать или нет. Паблика нет? В смысле, паблик, ты имеешь в виду... Типа группа на Фейсбуке? Да, на Фейсбуке, ВКонтакте. Или... Ой, или что? Блин, не знаю. Да, короче, у меня нет удостоверения. Удостоверение не могу найти, и пропало, короче.
Message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 1022 the captain. Over.
Any other good news?
He's saying he lost his badge.
He what? He lost his badge?
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
Я Дик Малин. Ага, хорошее у меня имя.
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Бля.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge.
ВК, ну, я, во-первых, не сижу ВКонтакте, а во-вторых, зачем? Меня и так никто не смотрит. А мне еще и паблик создавать ради 3 человек.
Defend yourself immediately. They're laughing at you.
Ага, офицер потерял удостоверение. Вот умора. Тебя первый в мире коп, с которым такое случилось, да.
He says this has probably...
Oh,
Да, да.
God damn it. Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this.
А что, у вас коммунизм?
Satellite officer 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤 is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire...
Да.
Dicked us.
Бля, рыжий. Ну ты, сука. Ну хватит, оператор, пусть прекратят. Дело серьезное.
10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced...
Е-е.
Me. Mac, come here.
Ебать копать,
Got to
говорит.
hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
Сука, кто тебя взял вообще в штаб?
What's going on? Super Cop here lost his badge. He lost his what now?
Блять, Биба и Боба, нахуй.
He lost his goddamn fucking badge.
Что? Не ты ли недавно склеил себе веки, а теперь надо мной стебешься? Перестань хоть на секунду, блядь, повторять, потерял удостоверение.
Ask you to please stop...
Why? Did he find it?
Sergeant Person was wondering if you found your badge yet.
Блядь.
Over.
Жюль Пидье, ты...
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it.
Ах ты гнида. Довольно обсуждать, давай другое.
10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
А я подал вообще заявление на пропажу?
Heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun too.
Бля.
Sergeant Person wants to know if you lost your gun too.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you?
У меня нет пистолета?
No. It's gone. It's...
Don't sweat it, Bratan. You don't need a
Bratан.
gun to have fun. We can still
Bratан.
have fun. It's not all over.
Сука, можно снять этот галстук? Я вообще бабочки люблю.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
58. У тебя 3К фолловеров, тебе нужно предупреждать о стримах, как мне кажется. У меня 3К фолловеров уже, сколько сейчас, какой год? 6 лет они все это время набирались. Я стримил в 15 году, в 16 чуть-чуть забросил до 19-го. И это старые времена. Предупреждение легче делать в телеге, как по мне. Так, ну давай бросим, Костя. Надеюсь, получится. Блядь, давай.
Lying over the phone, it's easy. Just say it like it's the
Нет,
truth.
конечно, я не потерял, блядь, оружие.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain.
Сука, где мой ствол?
Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it.
Может, мне в хаде где-то? По-любому где-нибудь, блядь, в башмаке лежит. Если честно, я пистолет потерял. Блядь. Не, я не буду говорить. Пизду. Передача завершена. Ожидаю завершить разговор. Не буду говорить. Телега? Ну, у меня не паблик в телеге. У меня просто моя телега. У меня есть только Twitch. В сфере стриминга. Не знаю, как объяснить.
18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd has gathered around Communication Officer 𝔻𝕚𝕪𝕤𝕚𝕚, around a dozen cops. The small room is filled with cigarette smoke, abuzz with laughter, when Officer 𝔻𝕚𝕬𝕞 enters. Her left arm is in bandages, and her hair trimmed short.
What is going on here? Did something happen?
Офицер, ты откуда вообще?
What happened is my partner made contact, and it's not good. He's lost his badge. He seemed confused.
Mac, the torso Torson, is finger-fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty story.
Yeah, Mullen was fucked, alright. Sounded fucking drunk.
Yeah, Mac's right. This was some gnarly shit there. I mean...
Enough! None of this is funny. It's fucking sad. That's what it is. He's a cop. He's one of us, goddamn this.
Да, звучит как подъёб.
We must help him.
Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him off the drink? Go jogging with him in the...
I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't.
Mac, man the door. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. Those were his words. This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this.
I guess I can hold off the report for a few days.
Good. Okay, everybody. Nothing but...
Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor garage.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Не обращать на Алису внимания и нажать кнопку «Сохранено».
As always, it's DJ Mesh and Elysium, and you're listening to Street Freaks FM, bringing you the hottest, the nastiest,
Это радио Cyberpunk?
Right away, the lieutenant reaches into the cabin and turns off the radio.
Someone must have been messing with the radio, or maybe picked up a random frequency. You wanted a primary?
Да, я как-то не
Still
знаю, как
avoiding
произошло.
gaze, and his ears glow red.
А чё застыдился? Я не буду на него смотреть.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Сильвия, нам нужно о чем-то еще с Сильвией поговорить? Вроде нет, я вроде со всеми, все со всеми.
57, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook,
Так я же это уже
a
все.
pull-out tool.
Фух. Так, секундочку, мне нужно... Сейчас, минуточку. Так, я туточки. Сейчас. Так, и теперь... Ой, куда же... Почему над ней все еще висит эта штука?
Hello again, officer.
Я с тобой обо всем поговорил. Ой, как много заданий, я же ебанусь. Нажать искать звонившего. А, с Гарпом надо поговорить. Удостоверение, бля. Где его искать? И ствол, бля, ствол на нем. Ой-ой. Ой, не надо. Запретые контейнеры, поместить предмет в активный инвентарь. Чтобы находить скрытые сферы в темных местах. Какие скрытые... Сферы? Что? Что? А здесь что? А, я могу прокачаться. Повышение уровня. Ой, бля. Врите, но не дайте обмануть себя. Станьте ценителем творчества, за чуткость к искусству. Очаровывайте мужчин и женщин, вы их кукловод. Что это? 41 час остановите ваше сердце. Психика плюс 4, бонус. Что? Подавляйте, властвуйте, заявите о себе. Зеркальные нейроны. Та-да. Интуиция, чутье, сны наяву. Стержите себя в руках, сохраните боевой дух. Логику, управлять интеллектуальной стихией, развойте мир по полочкам. Блять. Задействуйте все свои знания, уделяйте эрудиции. Стойкость. Держите удар. Не. Это боль, потому что физиология основа. Играйте мышцами, сражайтесь своим здоровьем. Отправляйтесь на планету тусовок. Вы любите наркотики? Это наивно, пиздец. Почувствуй дрожь. Ну, блин, спину сохраните покерфейс. Ну, это уже вкачано. Это что мигает? А, понял. Скользите как тень. Поражайте великолепием. Реакция. Смотрите, слушайте и нюхайте. Целься огонь. Я хочу риторику. Я же могу ее вкачать, да? Опа! Все. Все ведь? Да. Заебумба. Так, пойдем сюда. О, ты, по-моему, мне нравишься, насколько я помню. Jump Gems. Взгляд сужена, самый крепкий мужчина. О, май.
Welcome to Rivachol.
Реплика обращена к тебе, она для Кима.
Don't you welcome to 𝔻𝕚𝕫. My grandfather came here from a 3,000-year-old racist isolationist culture, while your ancestors came to this island a mere 300 years ago.
Да какая разница?
Every school of thought and government has failed in the city, but I love it nonetheless. It belongs to me as much as it belongs to you.
В чем дело? Ты сердишься, Ким?
It's men like you who keep 𝔻𝕚𝕫 divided, making it that much harder for everyone to climb out of this post-war limbo.
Да, ты уверен?
What he means is, fixation on the Revacholian nation makes it harder for Revachol to actually attain self-determination.
Либо что тут происходит?
Oh, come on, man. I just said welcome to Rivachol. It's a...
I know exactly what you meant. You think my kind doesn't belong here, that I should watch myself and behave. But you see, I'm an officer of the RCN. It's actually my job to make sure you behave.
Silence. The air between them becomes tense. Your partner needs backup. Now's your moment to shine.
Без бэким я с тобой стукну лейтенант в плечо. Не, я должен напарник, наверное, поддержать. Блин, ну я хочу дальнобойщика, ну ладно.
You two make a cute couple. You know that?
The lieutenant exhales and resumes his regular calmness.
Не вопрос.
Whatever you say, officers.
Что переводишь?
Oh, not much anymore. I'm here to pick up some cargo, but the dock workers are on strike, so it's a sit and wait on your ass situation.
Какой груз должен был забрать?
Apples.
Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of thing you'd say if you had something to hide.
Похоже, ты что-то скрываешь.
Look, as detective, I come from a long line of lorrymen. We got ancient. Oh, I'm here to pick up a load of fucking apples, man. Just regular.
Koiko may be another derogative for a person from Grad, you think.
Яблоки выращивают в Граде.
It's one of their main exports. They grow them down South 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤. A beautiful place. Got great scenic vistas.
In fact, 𝔻𝕻𝕤𝕤 is a desolate wasteland whose name literally translates to Zone of Ecological Catastrophe. It features no scenic vistas and supports virtually no plant or animal life.
Так. Гойко. Кто это такие?
He means the people living in Grad.
Yeah, you know, Gradniks, Gradvolk. Those degenerates from Grad.
Этническое оскорбление.
If the name and description fit by the very grace of nature, who am I to say otherwise?
Ну так что, яблоки покажешь?
Did you miss the part where I said they aren't here yet? Besides, even if I did have some, I wouldn't go putting my nose in there.
Relax. You've got all you can get here. He probably doesn't even know what he's hauling, even if it is something unsavory. So he'd remain unaccountable.
Ты говорил что-то о правах и привилегиях шоферов.
Oh yeah, they're a big deal. My great-grandfather was a carter, had a royal license and everything. We've tried to hold on to our privileges.
И это привилегия.
Sure fucking is. We have a guild and everything, huh? Very ancient, very prestigious.
Гильдия увозчиков. Хочу в Скарим такой. Что-то вроде профсоюза?
Hell no. It's a guild. Invitation only. Unions work for the rich fucks. They're basically trusting street thugs with their goods is going to fuck them right up the ass.
О чем спор был?
Oh, not much anymore.
Ой,
I'm
не
here
то
to pick
выбрал.
up some cargo, but
Сколько все
the
это длится?
strike, I'd have been at it for a while. A month. Apples.
Apples is exactly the kind of
Да. О чем спор был?
It's about biological determinism,
Да ты
natural
чё?
law, the sorting of the races.
Звучит...
Not the most popular topic nowadays, with the coalition in charge and all. You might want to change the topic. That is, bury your head under the sand like common sheep.
Можешь объяснить, что значит?
People who've studied these things say that you and me are superior by design. So, naturally, we
как
Occidentals
нехорошо.
should be in charge. Obviously, you can
Но
see
это
the
игра.
merits in that.
Я должен с ним согласиться. Если уже сделаю, хоть послушать. Не хочу. И что ты надумал?
So, lately we Occidentals have experienced an unfortunate downturn when members of the superior race cease to believe in their innate superiority. They stop competing for resources.
Так, и что?
This concerns you, policeman, so you better be vigilant. The damn kips are showing up good lately. Same with the mosquitoes. And the other intruder species too. They're on the precipice of cultural victory.
Cultural victory? What is this then?
It's what the kips of Boogie Street are going for, right under our noses. And the others too, on the radio. Heard any chansons lately? Heard any motetos or leader? It's true. Also, you need to realize the dangers of mixing races. Who knows what might happen if people don't stay in their birthplace? You might end up with a new sub-race, with unknown characteristics, leading to extra competition. That's why you've got to control the offspring. Good. If we, the evening people, pull together, we can form a bulwark against these troubled times. Root out the forces.
Блин, а почему я это выбрал как-то? Ой, что-то я, блин, само, наверное.
Lieutenant Kitsuraga's stern expression remains unchanged, but you sense he can't be happy about. Oh no, not too happy.
Пока. Помойки порвать, небось деньги есть. Буду не только делать. А хули мне? Это что такое? Вот. Бедро. Там-то это деньги. Да, внутрь мы можем зайти? Что с загрузками? Что происходит? Она зависает и такая, хоп, отвисает потом. Ой. Что? Она висит. Вот, висла. Здрасте. А, подожди, этот магазин вообще был? Что это? Что? О чем ты хочешь поговорить?
Yes?
Вообще, ничего.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Автомат прием-тар с надписью «Одна бутылка 10 септимов». Что это за аппарат?
Oh, that's the tear machine.
Теперь понятно. А что, я не могу? У меня же есть бутылка. Я только что подобрал. Или я банку подобрал. Never mind.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various medicine bottles. Their logo is the bloodless rose. Pure white. Untouched.
Just ask me if you need anything from 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤𝕤𝕤. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have 𝔻𝕝𝕫𝕤𝕫𝕤, 𝔻𝕚𝕫𝕤𝕤, magnesium, and 𝔻𝕚𝕐𝕐.
У меня 0,40. Для чего эти препараты?
I don't know. Let's see.
Спрей для носа,
𝔻𝕝𝕫 is a nasal spray.
пищевая добавка,
𝔻𝕚𝕐𝕐 is a really good painkiller.
Гипногамма.
Magnesium is a dietary. I don't really know what 𝔻𝕚𝕐𝕐𝕐 is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of partying, studying, or exercising.
Спасибо. Ага. Кто такой Сен-Батист?
Saint Baptiste. You know, the pharmaceuticals company.
Это компания.
Saint Baptiste Pharmaceuticals. The one that sells meds out of Saint Baptiste.
She is right. Saint Baptiste, the company, derives its name from Saint Baptiste, the city. Itself so named because that's what it is.
Окей. Продирать меланхолическая попса.
A colorful display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles line the shop wall. There, in that dark green glass, all in vain. The great flowing river of warmth, wine, alcohol, beer, alcohol, love, alcohol.
Ничего не говорить, просто любоваться.
The beauty, the truth, the poetry of it all.
С тобой Ким хочет поговорить. А я нажал на него, он не хочет. Кое-что для сбора тары.
I'm obliged to inform you that both alcohol and cigarettes damage your health, but I guess you already know that.
Don't ask, don't look, don't do anything here. Just go away. Get back to work.
Ладно, так и сделаем. Потом.
Welcome to Frit. Feel free to look around or something.
What's that magazine she's reading?
Че за журнал?
You mean this?
Ладно, что такое? Двух целующихся девушек.
This is Pop Stars. It's got, like, famous people in it. It's not...
Looks like it also has something called Police de la Mode, featured on page 34. This speaks to you.
Что это за полиция моды такая?
It's where they rate different outfits famous people wear.
Оценивают
It's
прикид
kind of
известных
funny.
людей. Что за
They're kind
ересь?
of mean. It's about who's the most stylish.
По какому критерию они определяют, интересно? И кто сейчас number one? Спорю, твой козырек выиграл бы.
No. I don't like it.
А мне
I hate
нравится.
it.
Такая какая-то корона, что ли. Или, это шутовская это.
We are not the fashion police. We're the real police.
Что такое фритте?
I don't know. Frit?
Что название три буквы Т?
I think they think that the extra T makes it funkier. It doesn't.
Спроси у него на улице. Да он уже не хочет. Я к нему подходил.
The story goes that normal Fritta, with 2 T's, a men's workwear shop in Vredefort, was already taken. So when Fritta Retail Inc. grew into a multinational...
Короче, у меня есть вопрос к тебе.
Okay. I'm not really supposed to be chatting to anyone, but...
Можешь сказать что-нибудь о той реальности, в которой мы находимся?
Reality. You mean what?
She is like a student unexpectedly called upon by a teacher. Can she
Нет,
answer
это
the
физической.
classroom?
I don't know. What about it?
Сколько времени?
I don't know. Look at the clock. It's right behind.
The clock shows the time at 10:09. The hands seem to be still.
Где мы?
Frit?
Нет, я имею в виду, где мы находимся в более широком
As
смысле.
mankind or as a
Да, блядь, ты
nation or...
тупая.
What will her essay prompt be?
Ну, где мы в
We're
мире?
in Revachol, like on the Insulindian Isola.
Спасибо.
You're welcome.
Что такое
When
революция?
ordinary people take over the government and demand democracy.
Это не обязательно.
Yeah, it happened like 50 years ago or so. Sorry, I'm not very good at this. At history,
болезнь.
I mean.
Коалиция, это чё? Мне сказали, что
Our
есть такая.
government? Or do you mean something else? Sorry, I really need to finish this article.
Ой, короче.
Cool.
Труп.
I don't really know anything. I mean, I know it's there, but I haven't seen it, so
Спокойно
not
узнала?
really.
Как?
No. I didn't know him at all.
И
I
давно он
don't
там.
know, really
Ты, блядь,
long.
ты что-нибудь знаешь? Ты какая бесящая, блядь. Что произошло?
I don't know.
No need to worry. It's just standard procedure for us to ask around.
Блядь, она
If you hear
бесит.
anything, let us know, okay?
Okay.
Окей. Спасибо. Ага. Окей. Muy bien. She doesn't give a shit. Me neither. Ну так давай, вот, ну-ка, что вот он хочет? Ну-ка, вот я нажимаю на него.
Yes?
И? Может, я не знаю. Да похуй, даже если он что-то хочет.
What do you want to know? Good.
No response. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even. A moment passes. The lieutenant glances at the sports watch on
Да
his
я все
wrist.
помню. Не знаю, что-то он хочет, но мы не помним. Такс, мы идем дальше. О, деньги! Теперь у меня 76. Реалы у меня. Так, с тобой я болтал. С тобой я болтал, помню. Ты.
Scab?
You're hazy on the notion of a scab. Smells like politics, though. Maybe it's got something to do with the flask he reaches for from time to time.
Я антистачник.
I was just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab.
Ой, не антистачник.
Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money.
Да, есть такое.
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the wild north? Come to see the strife?
Что за эти
My
ворота?
friend, I respect the right to roam. The open range awaits.
Я знаю, что ты пропустишь меня через
I don't
ворота.
operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage.
Ну да, через фрица надо пройти, по-моему.
If it's all so simple, why don't the strikebreakers just go up the stairs?
Я могу просто эти
Aye.
войти.
Walk right past Measurehead and go in.
Мимо головомера.
Yeah, the 2.5-meter tall 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤 supremacist there. Walk right past him.
Супремасист. У меня так в профиле написано. Просто пройти мимо него. Так.
Then press the button to unlock the door.
Так.
Then go past him again.
Так.
And enter the arbor through the office. Está.
Понятно. Зачем хочу занять
The man whispers a jaunty tune. A coastal breeze ruffles his hair.
Беда с деньгами,
my
помнишь?
friend. I can help you out.
Попробуй его поймать, блядь. Ну давай.
The coin now slips by your outstretched fingers and falls to the ground.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we
Ладно.
harbor folk do. Passing around was not meant as provocation or ridicule.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi picks up the coin and hands it to you.
Спасибо.
Right, always glad to help out the RCM. We're on the same branch, you and I. Humans, I mean, not slithering scabs.
Зачем забастовку
You know,
устроили?
serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you. You'll have to ask him first.
Сейчас, секунду, блядь, заебут.
He's a chatty guy. Wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Я убийство
Murder,
расследую
huh?
вообще-то.
That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
Кто это
Of
сделал?
course, policia. It wasn't me. You can rule me out.
Should we? He's nice. He didn't do it. It's the truth.
Murder, huh? That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me
На самом деле это
investigate.
очень
I
весело
believe
просто.
you. Boss Laventurier said the same thing. They tried to get me to be their postman. So fun, so easy, they said. It's just walking. It wasn't. I'm doing much better here at the harbor. Being an honest
Хороший вышел разговор, мне пора. Пока. Наверх я не пойду пока что. Бля, Ким, что тебе надо?
Yes? Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide.
В каком смысле своеобразно?
I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, they say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering...
Yes, but containers contain things, shiny things. They're interesting.
Шутишь?
I don't know. Containers contain, I guess.
Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre. He regrets it.
Он сожалеет, что об этом упомянул. Что тебе нужно?
What about me? Good. Let's change the subject.
No response. He's having trouble a moment part.
What do you want to know? You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief you? There's no reason to wing it. 3 days ago, the RCM emergencies desk received a report. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him. He used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local doctors and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth.
Почему ничего не знали про звонившего?
They didn't identify themselves in any way.
Это я помню.
There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The Dock Workers Union is the...
Да, конечно, я все понял.
Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's good.
Я понятия не имею, чем надо. И у меня зависла игра. О! Так, с тобой надо пиздечь. Ты какой-то же тепленький.
We have a right to work.
Что происходит?
Hold up and stay frosty, everyone. Cops are here.
You here to fuck with us? Beat the honest worker down.
Нет.
Good. We're fighting for a cause here.
Right to work. Right.
Besides, we're not that different. It helps if people see us talking, cops and strikebreakers together. Shows authorities are on our side. Builds confidence.
Короче, есть вопросики.
Maybe you should ask them the questions, like why we're not allowed to make a living here.
Shame on you!
We have families to feed, you piece of shit.
А может ты?
So do we, Scab.
Что с освещением? Кто эти такие
Honest men and women with rights.
И то в нео на японском имена хуй прочитаешь. Здесь еще.
We came here to help the harbor run smoothly in time of crisis. If union fucks don't want work, they ought to let in those who do want work.
I have a question. Why do all these men follow your leadership?
You think they follow because I'm big and loud? No. They follow the rules of the market, the rules of the economy, because they were
given a job to do.
Что такой громкий? Что добиваетесь-то вообще?
We were promised work. we'd be in there, working, if the bastards hadn't shut the gates. Main gate's locked. Would take heavy ordnance to bust it open. Could try to get in through the secretary's office. And I don't mean the scrawny mess punk either. I mean head measurer. Or whatever he is.
Погоди, 𝔻𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕚? Штурму не думал взять?
You go arrest them instead.
А чё это
They've done plenty of crime.
It would be better for the neighborhood if you went home, at least for now. If you can't get in anyway.
No. They will give up eventually, or get drunk. Leave the button unguarded. Then.
Что такое забастовка?
When a bunch of ungrateful, lazy cockroaches can't get their act together, decide to block honest work for other people.
И чё хотят?
Beats me. They mumble nonsense about boardrooms and workers' rights, while we have.
There's something odd in the way he carries himself. His set of clothing looks vaguely mismatched. The different pieces of the attire seem ill-fitting.
Скуна не виделся. Не знаю, я по именам понятия не имею, как кого зовут, кроме этого. Что хотел ответить-то? Не обращать внимания на несоответствие.
It was probably nothing.
Я тоже хочу в порт попасть.
Have fun. Union shits are on full strike. Don't think they're going to let you through the gates. You trying to meet their fat boss?
Я не могу обсуждать вас посторонним.
Right to work! It's shameful. Cops doing nothing. You should bring backup. Open up the gates for us. Blockading gainful employment for workers is a crime.
Я не разбираюсь.
We are not picking a side in this just yet.
Pity.
Ой, короче, я пошел. Душнило-то, блядь. Ты бы запомнил? Ну, посмотрим. Иди сюда. Это что такое? Спиртное, да?
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. You can see a lorryman's cabin with personal belongings, stickers, insignia.
Что за ним
The
сиденье?
back end of the cabin has a small perch to sleep, large ashtrays. There are several suns and wheels sewn into the curtains. A book with ragged edges catches your notice. The front cover features a large, muscular man.
Какая-то отсылка, я так понял.
Man from 𝔻𝕚𝕚𝕤𝕚.
Racist nationalist paraphernalia. Not unusual.
А тебе не нравится, да, я смотрю? Чё
This
это?
is our guy.
Думаешь, грузовик крутого парня?
Likely, yes. This guy's proud of who he is. Drapes it all over his machine.
Что значит
The
летний
driver
блин?
has adorned his space with a substantial collection of peculiar paraphernalia. Proclamations about honor, strength, and purity are glued to various panels.
Ай-яй-яй, как же так? Нехорошо. А я сюда не могу куда пойти? Вот сюда вот, типа... Нет, здесь ничего нет. Опа, стоп, что это, что такое? Надпись РПГ. Давай, давай, сюда, сюда, сюда. Машина. Иномарк в прошлом состоянии. Что тебе нужно, блядь?
Yes.
Что? 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 Сейчас. Да ёбаный... Да что ж ты? Он меня теперь будет раздражать. Старинная статуя обращения к морю. Похоже, что ее собрали по кусочкам, загребли в воздухе при помощи многочисленных дровцевых штырей. Кто это? Сервисная табличка на пьедестале статуя гласит: «Я Филипп II Расточитель». Я помню, что это такое. Величайший из филиппийских королей. Ревашоля, сын Филиппа II, зажиточного отец Филиппа IV Безумного. Ага.
Not a good track record of mental health in that family.
Чем знаменит? Давай.
What did he do? You have no idea what you did a week. High
Ой, да
above
ладно
you,
тебе.
the king stands triumphantly.
Fuck it. Туда я, наверное, могу, интересно, пройти. Вот сюда, по-моему, ну ладно. Тут кто-то... Опа, это что такое желтенькое? Плюс грубая сила. Это на вместо майки, да. Минус 1 внушение, писание концептуализация. А что по звуку? Ой. Ну вроде нормально. Так, что тут? О, тут тоже что-то есть, ля. Значит, так прогружается по мере. Блин, а сейчас бы мог сидеть в Диабло играть. Деньги! Сколько я должен? 30 я должен, по-моему, ебать.
The small, wrinkled woman does not greet you. She nods along to something on her radio. The photo, an ambrotype from the turn of the century, as golden as her smile. It's the warmth of a winter night's fire. Maybe she could give you comfort and shelter, some cigarettes and food money. Maybe she's your...
Бабуль, щелкнуть пальцем у нее перед лицом. Прошу прощения, уважаемая.
No response. Wherever this woman is, your words fail to reach her.
Вот щелкнуть пальцем, я промазываю. А почему?
She's just a distracted old woman. Better to leave her alone.
Почему?
Why? I just told you why.
Почему?
The woman still
Бабуль.
nothing. Her smile just keep
Бабуль.
nothing.
Бабуль.
Nothing.
Бабуль.
Nothing.
Бабуль.
Nothing.
Бабуль.
Nothing.
Понял. А сюда некуда больше идти, да? Сюда я не попаду. Съебываем туда-сюда. Какой срач тут. Оп, стоп. Что-то подфризил. Ну да. Стоп, это что такое?
I am a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
Слушай дальше.
From another planet. Hey there.
Закон, это я. Что происходит?
The jam, my man.
Затор это
It's
что
a
такое?
traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given.
Полный пиздец.
Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long haul limbo for days upon days upon days.
Days. В Лимбе, да? Так вот, куда я попал.
Yeah, exactly.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber.
Сколько торчишь тут?
Feels like forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes, the mazout.
Не совсем понял, что ты чё.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however.
So tell me, what do you need?
Мелочи не найдется?
Huh? Oh. No, I ain't got any money.
А кто
They don't want to pay for unfit. The bosses, man.
Я не знаю, кем себя возомнило начальство, но похоже, что условия хорошие для них, конечно.
Yeah, it sure ain't good for me. Or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down in his luck. If I had, say, 4 myself.
Что переводишь?
Oh, high-grade narcotics, illegal firearms.
Time to arrest him. Relax. He's merely joking.
Ты арестован. Круто, всегда хотел, чтобы у меня был друг в преступном мире.
Ha! No, I'm joking, my man. Found runs a nice, clean business. This haul of cargo is mostly sporting goods. You know, tracksuits and that kind of thing. They usually get shipped to Grad and the Occident. Though we've been making headway in the 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤𝕤𝕤 market lately.
Это машина.
This rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of.
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou and neighboring islands. This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of foul.
Это у тебя что тут, Fallen A6?
Maybe.
Good eye, my man. Yup, she's an old one, but reliable. Me and her spent a long time together.
Так, 1 second. Ага, все, понял.
There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in this lorry.
Нотки грусти за внешним спокойствием. Выходит, ничего нелегального, да? Можно мне тренировочный костюм?
We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise.
Да ладно, ничего нелегального, короче.
Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was
У
on.
меня вопрос еще есть.
Taps his fingers rhythmically against his arm.
Опасно 13. Не, я проебу. Ты знаешь что-нибудь о мертвеце? Не, про забастовку давай.
Whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out.
Чего просто требует?
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane, and I've heard talk there's a company rep in town too. Like a strike negotiator type.
Ah, yes, from the Wild Pines. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure.
They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side.
Anything else?
Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. Us lorry drivers, camioners, you still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
Сука, 28. Почему у меня эмпатия такая низкая? Чего мертвеца,
He ain't
знаешь?
one of us drivers. I know that. All accounted for.
It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff.
Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs.
Stop.
Nothing. I'm just messing with you, man. Don't mind my idle verbosity.
Ну давай, давай,
In his
давай.
eyes, an unfamiliar longing. Flecks of brown and gold.
Нихуя я выбил.
It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest. Down
Что
the
на
street.
юго-западе?
Excuse me?
Слушай, знаешь, что такое тоска? Я ощущаю тоску с того самого момента, как очнулся.
Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit, so far from home.
Как это, когда тебе кого-то не
What's it
хватает?
like? Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. What about you, Cop Man? You missing someone?
Is that what it is? This feeling?
Да?
No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow, and the past.
Я думаю, не стоит ему про стол говорить. Или сказать, а вдруг он видел его, прикинь? Типа он нашел его и такой, ой, боялся сказать. Хотя, вдруг если ему полицейский, он такой, как он бы нам рассказал. Бля, я даже не знаю, стоит ли ему говорить об этом. Как коп, я бы не стал ему об этом, конечно, говорить. Но мы же с ним такие, типа, друганы. Да давай.
You lost your gun. Oh man, that's bad news. Especially,
Да, так
but
я думал.
thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone. And I know it wasn't easy to ask.
Хорошо
Don't be a
попиздели.
stranger.
Да? Что это? Древний фонтан, это больше не подается. Окей. О, у тебя барахолка, по-моему, да?
There are clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics.
How about some premium class service over here? Like paying with net worth. Go save the economy. That sounds off.
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious.
Ну, понятно.
Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Buy eco. Very cool. The economy thanks you, officer.
Посмотри содержимое.
You find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat.
Economical, but also trendy. Look first-hand. Buy second-hand. Keep the economy moving.
Поискать что-то ценное.
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek.
Ветровка.
A windbreaker.
Серф, ветер, лето, 100% непромокаемый спорт.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.
Не, у меня нет денег.
You see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
Speaking of luxury, you should go over and ask about paying for those sneakers with your net worth.
Колонн.
These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a...
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here.
А с колонками что, неужели никто не хочет покупать колонки? Бедные маленькие колоночки, погладить
No,
их.
don't pity them, officer. These are old Samaran garbage. Don't even look at...
Samaran trash. That sounds like they're from
Samara.
the Samaran People's Republic, produced under the dictatorship of the proletariat.
Я могу купить грустные ниже самарийские колонки?
No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk.
Поэтому я хочу их
No,
купить.
officer. You're a high-class policeman who accepts nothing less than the best. Lucky for you, I've got the best on sale.
Ты не знаешь, кто я.
Well, if you want them, but see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too...
50!
Damn. So you have to buy the sneakers first.
Давай
A pair of Found Ultras. The design.
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest Found sneakers. Super Air.
50.
Only? That's mad.
Ты бредишь,
Found
блядь.
Ultra. We're the future. You remember the slogan from some magazine?
Пока. Привет.
You see a Samarran street vendor surrounded by a motley assembly. The name 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤𝕤 is embroidered over his breast.
Happy shopping, officer. Everything's cool here.
Чё круто?
Everything's cool. The goods are cool. The customers are cool. You're very cool. Bang, 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 bang.
Есть полицейские
You're
вопросы.
right, officer. 100%. No playing around then. Strictly business. Maybe I can interest you in some premium menswear instead.
Денег дай.
Start with a little compliment, then work your way up from there. This is about business.
Я вижу, ты крайне успешный предприниматель. Может быть, ты найдешь возможность поддержать сотрудника местной полиции?
Okay. But why, officer?
Считай это
An
вложением.
investment? What kind of investment?
Это вложение в твою покупательскую базу.
Fair point. You can't have a successful business without a loyal customer base. How
Миллион
much is your
реалов.
loyalty worth? But officer, I don't have that kind of money.
Ладно,
This
10.
10 real is a bargain for that kind of investment.
Сюда.
You got it, my man.
Откуда ты, 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤𝕤?
It's a boring story, officer. Who cares about the past? I'm all business now. All reversal.
Yes. Так. Ой. Так, давай дальше.
This man probably comes from Seaguy, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samarran Isola.
Из абрикосового суверенитета, верно?
Apricot Suzerainty calls to mind an era when the Seaguy archipelago was colonized by Revachol. It's a bit of a slur, in other words.
Very cool. I admire your awareness of our intertwined histories. It's super nice of you to apologize for colonialism, but the apricot suzerainty is a shithole. That's why I left. If you say so, officer. I don't worry too much about politics. I'm an entrepreneur, you know. What only the coolest goods in Revachol. I've got sneakers, speakers, extremely comfy pants too. Try them on right here. No shame, only freedom.
Где-то сделать удобные штаны. Разрешение есть? А скидки? Разрешение.
Joke, officer. Here we don't have permits.
You glance around the decrepit buildings, the miserable weather, the sidewalks strewn with sunflower seeds and a dust-choked air.
It's beautiful. Beautiful freedom.
It is, yes. Anyone can set up their shop when...
That's right. No permits, no bureaucracy. That's why this city and its law officials are so cool.
Что тогда тут делаем?
If you wanted to be cynical about it, you could say we are here to protect the interests of property holders.
My man, officer, you make all this possible. Without you, this climate would...
Gossamer is a fine, filmy substance consisting of cobwebs spun by small spiders, seen especially in autumn. It's safe to say he's referring to the near absence of regulations.
Да, блядь, Путину государство?
Yeah, that's the main thing about you. Freedom is great. It's what lets independent entrepreneurs like me sell quality goods.
Понятно. Где штаны удобно
I'm
такие
an
взял?
entrepreneur, officer. I've got sources, buyers, suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers, all extremely cool and above board.
Сейчас, секунду. Съебали, блядь. Давай тему сменим. А, все, я осмотрюсь. Что это? Мост? Телефон службы. Ага. Канализация поднимается горячий воздух, кислый воздух, вообще успокаивающий. Охуенно. Но мост мы не поднимем, да? Это что? Электрохимия. Перчатки без пальцев. Нет, куда ты идешь? Вот, тут чел стоит, да-да-да. Стоп. Что? Я что-то записал. Ладно. Здорово.
G'day to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
Ты знаешь, как это произошло?
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil.
The words daredevil drive.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
Well,
there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Не поделишься солями?
Sure thing. Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Sure thing. Want some too, officer?
Why not?
До свидания.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant holes. In the middle is a lever. Beneath it, this panel usually closes the waterlock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything. You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks against the contact pins. Nothing happens.
Поднажать сильнее.
Nothing happens. A cold gust of wind blowing in from the sea. A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the waterlock to get across the canal. Some other way. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Еще раз.
You pull the lever all the way up. Nothing happens. A spring bring. Wasn't there a...
Ну понятно все, блядь. Короче, мне нужно еще... Закройте шлюз в среду. О! Ну дичь какая-то. Что это усвоить? Бомжекоп. Минус одно самообладание, бля, ну какого хуя? Плюсы. Может сносить тряпье и не мыться, ходить сидящим пошатываем, копу бродяги не нужно никто и ничего, никто не выкинет тебя на улицу, потому что у тебя нет дома, больше никогда не придется платить за жилье, тебе никогда больше не слышишь, ты пьян, на кой черт сюда снова приперся, Гарри, иди домой, не позорься. Минусы. Разве есть минусы на себе? Я не хочу, хуйня какая-то. Есть еще что-то? Это что вот это вот все? первое. Как я узнаю, понедельник, вторник сегодня? Велосипед. Ага. Ломбард. Па-па-па-па. Пока грузится. Ой, США. То, что с древнего космического аппарата. Ага. Снова военная форма, но есть парочка более экстравагантных прыгнутых в одеждах. Ага. И что это вот туда улетело? Бьют женщина, надпись на табличке проста. Day. Что значит Day? В Half-Life даже это было Day.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets displayed on the table. Some on horseback, others in rags, others yet in bright blue uniforms. All are stern and unyielding in their duty. Try to find something pretty and cool here, then use it to win her back.
Что?
Yes. Buy something. This sounds odd.
Чё?
You shouldn't trust this guy.
Рыцари на лошадях.
Big men on big horses, clad in lamella armor and carrying flint.
Что это такие?
Nigerian knights. I used to be very serious about these guys.
A long, long time ago.
С них
They're
мундиры.
not all blue. These figurines also wear gold coats and caps, complemented by orange.
Солдаты-роялисты?
Which ones? Ah, those. Yes, they are. I find the paint job a bit gaudy, but...
Солдатики в
This
лохмотьях.
set of soldiers isn't meant to look impressive. A few have rifles, but most of them carry pistols. Some even shovels and tall sticks.
Это вообще солдат?
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries, yes? Yes, they are soldiers. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win.
Было бы здорово, будет чуть больше нюансов.
I don't like either set very much, to be honest. But there are many parents among my customers.
Нырять поистине крутой. Нарыть.
Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse.
Безголовый человек, который скачет на лошади.
Futuristic tracks.
Это что такое?
Oh, that's the headless phone rider.
Разумеется.
There's been a lot of interest in that particular figurine. I had to hide it, so I...
He doesn't elaborate on these wrong hands.
I've heard about it. I've heard the headless phone rider ride the headless bull.
Yes, there are several competing versions of the story, but I believe this figurine is a more canonical representation.
О чем еще говорили?
The Headless Phone Rider. It's an urban legend about a man who rides the 50 cents, bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
Даже не знаю, нужна ли она мне. Я хочу.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always carry it with you.
Спасибо.
The boomboxes on the shelf look well-loved and well-traveled. Chipped, dented, they stare at you with the unblinking eyes of their tape reels.
Это что за бред, блядь? Та-та-та. Встать на цыпочки, чтобы рассмотреть получше.
One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old handle on top. A classic boombox that says, "Stereo, this is you." Gold and orange. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Я не буду это покупать.
Is the Harman Welsh W2, made in Vespa, designed
12
in
реалов, я не
Seoul,
буду его покупать.
plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2 mm.
Точно работает.
Absolutely. I've tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a
Полиции
variety
можешь
of... If
помочь мне?
police work means playing tapes, sure.
Ну понятно, я не буду это покупать.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps.
Да? Это что, уличный фонарь?
Yes, officer. As you see, it's
Где
imperfect.
ты его взял?
It was brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
Сколько за уличный фонарь?
700 real. A bargain, I dare say.
Ты чё? Ёбнулся? Ты с ума сошел?
The light has undergone 3 transformations, and every transformation, large or small, has a price.
Что за
tag.
трансформация?
Well, there are the cost of removal and rewiring. The most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor.
Okay, that checks out.
Посмотреть повнимательнее. Блядь, 700. Неужели у меня будет в игре 700 монет?
The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard in... This would make quite a statement in your living room.
Мы узнали об этом фонаре все, что хотели. С тобой попиздим давай.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
Полиции в этих районах не хватает критически. Это настоящий
I
позор.
haven't had any problems myself.
Who are your customers?
All kinds of people come through here. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Достойная коллекция.
It keeps me entertained.
Продать могу тебе что-нибудь?
Let me have a look.
Открыть мой ломбард.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
У меня ничего нет. Хочу продать
I'm
одежду.
not purchasing any, and especially that tie. It swallows photons around it. I have no need for necrotic objects.
Your mother is a necrotic object. I'm fun. Look at me sparking in the light of the bridge.
Another time, perhaps.
Рой что, торчит, если да, то на чем? Не выпадет.
Okay, he definitely is high. Whatever it is, you've probably done it, and many other things besides. Looking at his wares, talking to him, that might give you more clues. A guarded man like him wouldn't tell you if you asked out loud.
Возможно, ты поможешь нам в
I doubt
расследовании.
it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have. I do my best to keep my distance from all my...
He doesn't know anything. The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Кстати, у тебя нет случайно пистолета?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Серьезно?
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before. Oh God.
Блять.
The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another, alert.
Покупатель тоже была из полиции?
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, truth be told. She was...
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the citizens' militia, and now a civilian is running a...
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
А что, если она собирается совершить преступление и свалить на гражданскую полицию?
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
Да, не знаешь, где я могу найти? Я же заложу свой пистолет?
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon, and I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions.
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
You weren't quiet yourself, officer. You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you... When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it.
За сколько продал?
15 real.
Блядь.
The lieutenant looks from you to Roy, and then back to you. It's clear that he hopes this tableau might still turn out to be. This has got to be the most. Wow. There's pity there too, in case you didn't notice. The light swirls in his face and glasses. He doesn't know what to say.
Не знаешь, где я могу найти
My
женщину?
apologies, officer, but I have no idea.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Как выглядит она, может, я спрошу, нет?
Of course.
В пропавшем пистолете снова.
Sure thing. Sure, man.
Ну, ебануться. Или, может, кто-то из местных видел вас с оружием, прежде чем барменша, который ушел из станции, может спросить о местном ломбарде. Да я уже. Пиздец. Окей. О, мужик ушел. Во, эти черти играют. Следы шин. Кстати, какое-то сильное тектоническое воздействие тротуара, ну понятно. Мужики!
Life doesn't need to be a struggle. I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sentence.
Так, с тобой давай победим.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, all right?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my...
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions. That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're way past their prime.
Давай.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. The cold metal ball is surprisingly smooth against your neck. It has a pattern on it, probably a sponsored ball. Yours would only be covered with bumps of learning and scars of victory. Already, your muscles are adjusting to the weight. The nervous, chilly breeze ruffles your hair as you stand there, feet firmly planted. All sounds, smells, even the wind, everything fades until an embodiment of pure motion, a fine-tuned locomotor. Some would still say you're a cop, but I guess we're beyond that now.
Инерцию нельзя удержать. Как нельзя удержать выпущенную из ствола пулю? Отпускай, стань пулей. А что я делаю? По-моему, это не так работает. Блять, ну простите.
Whorehouse of shit.
Блядюшник. Как? Whorehouse of shit.
It wasn't whorehouse of shit. The shot was at least 23 meters.
Между прочим. Да-да-да.
Nothing.
What the hell is your problem?
Уж точно не слабый правый трицепс.
If you are a cop, you do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful.
Ты сердишься, я не понимаю почему.
Vandalized our game, son. We can't play pétanque with 5 bull.
Я думаю, мы толкаем ядро.
Damn well isn't. It's pétanque. You ruined a pétanque game. We want our...
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it?
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You are as a goddamn bull.
Слушай, мужики, я коп.
A fine example you are setting here today, officer. I will remember this.
It's okay, officer. Forgotten completely. It was my bull, and I have a spare.
The lieutenant says nothing, but his face is rigid. It seems he does not.
Ой, ну он просто слабак.
Take responsibility I don't like.
Я не отказываюсь. А почему я должен? Мы же играли в «Зашвырни ядро». Вы, похоже, играете в воронки.
Yes. The terrain here provides an interesting variety. I do. Fire from heavy artillery.
Воронка артиллерийских снарядов.
Why what? Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use fine. What do you want now, then?
Используй антилерию против коммунаров.
Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs.
It was probably a bit more complicated than that.
Надо было выбрать место подальше от людей домов.
This place is a damn beachhead, son. They had to soften the coming. Yes, the military coordinated amphibious landing to Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachol during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤𝕤 and the Delta. This here is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabbits.
Blood Ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Потому что все разбомбили.
Damn right, son. They lit the fire of hell on the city before the rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players on the table, let alone the specifics.
Thinking men have opinions on these things. Present one.
Ага. Ничего я не думаю, я делаю.
I'm just so damn sorry it had to be the coalition. After 8 years of fighting those hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking piss in the... I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol. Or even if that damn clan Frisell had risen from the grave and led us.
This royal failure weighs heavy.
Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was their plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with.
Кто такой этот сюзерен?
The suzerain is the king. Has everyone forgotten already? It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
Ой, легендарный, нихуя себе, никогда нет не выкину.
As René turns from you to his partner, the medals on his chest rattle and glare. He keeps his spine straight and his ribcage lifted, displaying them proudly. The larger one is shaped like a cross, while a small blue star inside an orange sun. The setting sun was a decoration used to distinguish seasoned combat veterans, crowned head in front of 2 crossed rifles. The medal, it's the Croix de Bravoure, Cross of Valor. The cross was the highest battlefield decoration in suzerain's armed forces, awarded for exceptional bravery.
For bravery.
It's a conflicted topic for the old veteran. There must have been a number of controversial episodes in his service days.
Из убийств или что-то типа того. Изнасилование, что-то типа того.
No. We were the last ones to keep all the baby killers and rapists in check. And let me tell you, son, if there hadn't been Royal Carabiniers...
Whoa. Sounds like you're about to open the gates of conversation. This man will literally talk your ear off if you let him wander off to memory lane.
For doing my duty in the heat of battle. For looking my mortality.
He saved some muddy princeling who foolishly strolled into the front line in his gown of velvet and gold.
It was on the first months of the revolution here in Revesh. King Frisel thought he could end it all in one decisive. Alas, the young Drisong was all piss and no vinegar, wearing a
purple velvet tunic.
To keep the long and bloody story short, Drisong marched us against the partisans in Coron. And when I say marched, I mean made us walk. The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage.
Действительно,
I got shot in the left shoulder and went down. Just a flash. Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee. I grabbed my sidearm and shot the beast in the head. Then everything.
Capitaine Arnoux, le fléau des chevaux.
The bane of horses.
When I came to, it was all over. It was just me and Jolas Tresson. The Dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood. But despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one.
Не болван, а
I
боец.
grabbed the Dink and started crawling. Kept going until the 59th Cavalry picked us up. Through some miracle, we both survived. And the jealous freak convinced Frisel to give me a medal. He was the commanding officer and I was on duty. Just doing my job. Shouldn't hand out medals for that. 13 months later, I received the Sun for distinguished service. Bah! There were many such stories in those days. Many such men.
Oh, yes, René, yes. Men were bigger, girls were prettier, and everyone wore the fascia. Lord, please.
I'm not getting into this with you again. Office.
You should try to come up with a heroic story of your own. Impress this old soldier.
На круговом перекрестке я видел статую Филиппа III. Минус закинул буль в море. Один раз сказал тебе собственную историю, теперь ты удивил своим героем. Ну, не.
Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be anything worth mentioning among your achievements. You should resort to good old lying.
Я лучше продолжу
But
спрашивать.
of course, sire. Looks like they're waiting for you to speak.
На круговом перекрестке я видел статую Филиппа III.
Ah, yes. King.
Oh, absolutely.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a...
Old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy. The nobility.
You can't even take responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine for clarity of vision, to aid in their work. Regnum.
Of course, clarity of vision.
Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court made him administer the dose to his mother when she was in
голова уже болит. Надо отдохнуть. Стой, я столько текста перечитал, пиздец.
He's just making excuses for the king's habits, isn't he?
У меня виски болят. Сколько времени? Ебать, 7:30, заканчиваем. У меня еще есть вопрос.
Right. Ah, yeah. Oh. A superpower, decisively. Without fear of offending the sensibility. You haven't lived as long as I have, son.
And the worst part of that, officer.
The carabiner doesn't.
Right.
Okay. Что-нибудь повешено.
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals.
А что с большинством?
The union is the law.
У тебя, значит, нет проблем с копами, да?
Pejorative term. I don't have a problem with police.
He doesn't know about the crime. Your time is better spent discussing politics.
А что насчет сотрудниц?
I'm confident they are indispensable in regard to all the paperwork and other administrative duties.
Нет. Вот это.
But you must agree that nature, in her infinite wisdom, has made men more fit to perform certain more challenging tasks.
Yeah.
No reason to even feel bad about that. It's just the way of the animal kingdom.
Благодарю за беседу. Все зависло. Игра зависла. Опа. Есть свой пистолет, это я в курсе. Карта. Добудьте копию карты города. Нихуя себе. А здесь что? Ой, я могу новый навык качать. Давай эмпатию, наверное. Хочу эмпатию вкачать. Что там такое? Ничего? Ничего?
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossil. The metal feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks unhygienic. A thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk written on the other side. That's Kuno on the lens.
Hey.
Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the waterlight, you know this to be the star of Pericarnassus, or the Cairo. The central symbol of the Pericarnassian church. The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights.
Vandalism.
Probably some kids.
A simple but clever solution to ruin in a coin operation.
Ta-da.
This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the focus knob to zoom in if necessary. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
Я не буду платить.
There was a revitalization project in 49. A design studio tried to get as far as the street lamps and the statue on that intersection. Then something went sour. I think we should have done something about the union 10 years.
Ну понятно. Желтый полиэтиленовый пакет фритте. Опа, я беру. Пакетов много не бывает. Терстер-пуль. Мне кажется, туда как-то можно попасть. Касатель северный объезд. А это что? Ага, хоть пойми. Что это? Книга о будущем. Про будущее. Книга культуры Байдера. Не очень понятно, чем она имеет значение. Паштеты. Охуенно вот здесь вот написано. Зачем так делать? Мускулистый мужчина. Роза пистолета, полновооруженная дама. Ты кто?
Hello, sir. Step right in. The store is open.
Законно это я.
Are you interested in a new and exciting book?
Что у вас за
It's a
магазин
bookstore,
такой?
sir. We sell books, postcards, and some board games. It's called Crime, Romance, and...
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold your horses, little girl.
Что такое настольные игры?
Board games are like little games on a table, made to pass the time. A
Открытки.
postcard is a small cardboard picture. You can write.
She is unfazed by your questions. She would consider it impolite to point out any perceived weirdness.
А книги что
That is a
такое?
book. They have stories inside them. It's like someone told you a story in a really
прикольно,
my
спасибо.
pleasure. Anything else you'd like to know?
Может, несколько вопросов?
Okay, sir. I'll try to answer any questions you have. I hope they're about books.
Что еще за
Crime
детективы?
fiction is about murders or burglaries or
Бля,
things like
глаза.
that. And the work of a policeman or a private detective who's trying to solve a crime and catch the criminals.
Угу. Преступление, убийство, притягивает людей.
And it's kind of like a puzzle too. You can guess who the criminal is or how the good guys are going to catch him.
Я и сам коп,
Look
вообще-то.
much like a policeman.
Да. А как
Didn't mean
полицейский
to
выглядит?
offend, sir. Sorry, sir. It's just that you don't look like 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕤𝕤.
Никогда мне таким не
Don't say
стать.
that. He's not even real. You're real.
Настоящий неудачник. Мне произошел фальшивый
Cheer up,
человек.
sir. It's much easier being a fictional character. He doesn't have to deal with real things. Maybe you can show me some real deductive police work, sir. Like in the books.
Что такое роман?
It's the type of book where there's a rich lady and she has to choose between the good man,
да-да.
or there could be a story about a poor lady getting a rich man. It's about man and lady business, sir.
А что если оба
These are
мужчины
not
плохие?
very common. You can't have a choice between bad and bad.
А что если
Nobody
история будет
wants to
написана
read-
очень
well,
хорошо?
Maybe then it's fine. Maybe if the lady then
А
decides not to
если
live
бедный
either.
мужчина встречает богатую
It
женщину?
happens, but usually the guy gets rich in the process, or should actually be rich himself. Those are unhappy books for most of the pages. People sad about what they have lost, but then
А
it
что
all
если
turns
все
out
будут
that's
бедными?
really not a proper romance story. That's more like everyday life.
А нужно же
Not in
настоящую жизнь
romance
написать
books,
иногда.
sir. These are about nice and pretty
Понятно.
people, and everyone is happy in the end. I haven't read many of those. Maybe you should ask Mum.
Может, прошу.
I'm sure she can help out. Anything else you're curious about?
Нет,
Maybe
другие
some about
вопросы.
other books?
Кто такие
Oh,
знаменитости?
kings and queens and generals of old, or artists. I think that's why people read them, to find the secrets of their fame.
Seems like most people who read those books fail to get more famous from reading them.
But it does make the famous people more famous.
Слава для поверхностных людей, у меня есть занятия поважнее.
Okay, sir.
Как тебя
My
зовут?
name is Annette, sir. My mum, her name is Plaisance.
Plaisance.
She owns the store. Feel free to step in and browse our wares.
А почему ты на
I'm
холоде
signaling
стоишь?
that the store is open. Otherwise, people might not know. They'd miss out on the crime.
A sudden gush of wind turns the pages of the books on the counters. She covers her face, smiling, but she's cold.
Ты молодчина.
Thank you, sir. I'm happy to help Mum out with the store.
А тебе разве не надо в
I
школу
do my
ходить?
studies at home at the moment. I have to help Mum keep this place running.
Школа фигня, тебе повезло, что не надо туда ходить. Что такое твоя школа? Ходить в школу важнее, чем это.
Mum says it's necessary to do both because it builds character. Mum says a proper
И как дела?
Mum says it's peachy. She was a little afraid at first. There's talk about this house being cursed.
Behind her, the window has been boarded up. You sense the boards creaking, twisting for a second, and some kind of doubt in her tense shoulders.
Cursed in the way that makes them say that no business has ever really thrived here, sir. That they all go...
С голой жопой.
I wouldn't really say it like that, but I guess so. They
Выдумка это
shouldn't
все.
be, but they seem real. Anyhow, they say that these grounds are doomed for businesses.
Они не обречены, твой
Of
интересует.
course, sir.
Я просто рабочий
No,
человек.
sir, I can't. It would be too tiring to refrain from it. It's already tiring enough to remember to say it all the time. It's nice of you to say I could stop, though.
Что ж, сэр, так сэр.
By your command.
Самообладание 58. Не децидирую.
The girl keeps her hands folded, hidden.
Чё всё время прячешь
What do you
руки?
mean, sir?
She knows where this is going.
Я не бойся, он что
She looks around anxiously. Her hands. The lieutenant stands by, looking at the two of you. A facade of true professionalism. He is far more intrigued by the situation than his poise reveals.
Всё хорошо.
She brings out her reddened hands, her nails frayed, nearly chewed down to the flesh.
Это как? А, ногти.
And you knew this from me keeping my hands folded?
Да. Да такой, как я, проще простого.
That proves nothing. Anyone could do an easy deduction like that.
Хочешь еще? Могу поспорить, что могу догадаться, почему ты грызешь ногти. У меня есть несколько предположений. Давай вывод обо мне ты сделай. Да.
The lieutenant does not flinch at the comment. He does not flinch even a single bit. He is intensely not flinching. It takes effort.
Еще мне грустная голова
I'm
болит.
sorry, sir. I hope things get better soon.
There she stands, swaying on her feet, assaulted by the early. There's something you're missing.
Ты что-то упускаешь. Да? Что здесь... чего здесь не хватает? Почему здесь кажется таким знакомым? Давай.
Because you know each other. She's been talking to you so openly because you've talked before.
Так ты знаешь меня?
Yes, I stand in this spot all the time. You've been running around all week, sir. Sometimes without your shirt on, asking people questions. I haven't really understood what about.
Мы с
Of
тобой болтали?
course, you've stopped by a few times. You certainly look better than the last time I saw you.
В смысле лучше? Я похож на кусок дерьма.
Yeah, but you don't have party eyes anymore.
Party eyes. Yes, of course. That makes sense.
I'm not surprised children have seen you running around with party eyes on, he thinks. Not at all.
You know, like a cat in the dark, all big and wide-eyed. It certainly looks odd on a man.
The swiveling eyes of a loony drug addict. That is what she meant. Fuck yeah. You should get some party eyes right now. Snap those sequins on you, boy.
Не.
Don't leave us hanging like that, man. Open yourself to the experiences of the world. Expand your consciousness with amphetamines.
Так что ж ты сразу сказал, что мы знакомы?
I didn't know I had to do that.
Ничего больше не хочется играть в
I
дедукцию.
guess we can change the subject, sir. I didn't mean to bring you down.
Мне пора, пока. Ох, как успехи? Да, ходим, болтаем со всеми. У меня уже в висках гудит. Я, наверное, заканчивать буду. Сейчас зайду вот сюда. 4 часа уже сижу. Почему оно на загрузке зависает? What's going on? О. Что здесь? Подручный дизайнер, подтаявший конфету. Спортивный журнал.
A small mountain of colorful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. An endless variety of source books, law books, and codices litter the table.
На 101 раз приходила
is
за
titled
неделю.
Welkin
Открывай
Compendium,
сон.
2nd edition.
Звучит как пиздеж. Ты прям просыпалась... Или как? Спишь, просыпаешься, играешь? 24/7? Работу бросила, бля. Работа говно, на самом деле. Еблан. Да, все мы немножко. Еблан. Не, я так не могу. Я уже старый, чтобы так за поем играть.
Boreal Creature Compendium and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of 𝔻𝕚𝕪𝕤𝕚. Books in a board game section? Who wants to read books?
Что-нибудь тут привлекательное,
There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition mega setting supplements module. The side panel notes that price is steep, but then it's the 3rd edition mega setting.
Да какие 25? Нет у меня денег.
So it makes sense.
Какие у вас есть настольные
Wonderful
игры?
board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure, or perhaps you'd like 𝔻𝕝𝕪𝕤𝕚 is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children.
Who are you going to play board games with? Do you have friends or family?
У меня есть дети, семья, Рили? У меня есть друзья, смотришь на
Are you
лейтенанта.
actually friends? Or just colleagues thrown together by circumstance?
Кто мог захотеть мне детей? Вообще детей у меня нет. Ага, дети, друзья, цыпочки, все
Then
есть.
you're a lucky man, officer. Children are the greatest of treasures. For playing with friends, I'd recommend 𝔻𝕝𝕪𝕤𝕚𝕤. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and
Да,
repress other
сейчас.
civilizations.
Хуй тебе.
It'll cost 12 real.
Что за товары вирал?
Lousy auras there. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, who are into the...
Да ты
I've
зануда
heard they
просто.
turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff.
Все с тобой ясно. Сборник рецептов. Так, я сохраняюсь. 12 января. А как? Новое сохранение, да. А, сохранить. Ну все. Ой, теперь я все, иду отдыхать. Что это? Выход, да. Иду отдыхать. Так. Если вечером что-нибудь подрублю, ночью, наверное, только часов в 11, может так, но вряд ли. Чуть я подустал. Так что да, пока что все. Всего доброго. Давай, как кто ник, скажи, правильно читается? Я хочу прочитать Пит. 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 Ой, это надо закрыть. Пит Хикокс. Ну, я так и думал, если честно. Ну что, Пит. Увидимся. Спасибо, что посидела. Постарела. Вот оно. Все, тогда добренького вечера. Всего хорошего и пока-пока.
Each other